time for laughter. We have the guys to fill a buster, even though one of them is a jar of mustard. Thank God it's Tuesday. We take a look at comedians, and Charles used to be one. We have a lot to say about comedy. Can you believe Gray is a jar of mustard? And then there's Lapsed. What does he do? And why is here? Thank God it's Tuesday.
Yeah, and one day we will figure out that mystery of why is here. But welcome, everybody. Yeah, that's right. It's Tuesday. Some say the greatest day of the week. And, we're glad you're here with us. Here with me, just to the right, that side, we have Charles. Charles of
Howdy.
Willis Greedia. How's it going, sir? Now,
Well, go
how's
on.
it going with you, sir?
It's going. It's long time no see. But it feels like Netflix is getting their stand-up specials out of the way, because 3 dropped since we last spoke, and I haven't watched any of them. But I don't know. Maybe I'm
Ooh.
noticing it more recently, or what? But yeah.
Well, and
just-
one was unadvertised. They've advertised that Gervais's and Tom Segura's were going to drop, but they didn't advertise Chappelle's. That was just kind of
Oh,
unexpected.
really?
All of a sudden, just Unstoppable was just kind of released. So, yeah. Are you planning on checking any of those 3 out? It's kind of 3 big
No,
hitters
because
right
they're
at the end of the
probably
year.
good. They're probably good. So why would I watch that stuff?
Well, we'll have to see in a second, because I think perhaps somebody else on this panel has watched at least one of them. But fair enough. Charles,
Oh, no.
the audience has been craving to know more about you and your tastes in comedy. So I think, how can we do that other than with another blind ranking, sir? So without knowing what's coming next, please rank the following 1 through 5, 1 being the
5.
best, 5 being
1.
your
Oh.
least favorite. So there might be a theme to this list, but it's just comedians that you like. So
Just like
Louis,
not
yeah.
greatest ever.
Who's your favorite? Who do you like out of this?
Uh-huh.
Or who do you support, I should say?
So you're going to
You're
lead with
doing,
Louis C.K. and then you start.
I'm
you
leading with
say,
Louis
Who do you
CK.
support? Interesting. Well,
So 1 through 5, where would you put
I
Louis?
literally was a Louis C.K. support act. So does that count?
I mean, for me, it does. I'd say you support him.
Support in that sense. I'll put Louis C.K. right there. 3.
3, you say? Okay. Chris D'Elia.
You're a fucking asshole. Just their stand-up work, right?
Yeah. That's all we're talking about here.
4.
4. Okay. Aziz Ansari.
Mhm.
I just know mine's going to be Margaret Cho and Janine Garofalo and like all sorts of
Not this week.
5.
5 for Aziz. Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Callen. You got 2 and 1 left, remember?
2.
2. Okay, so that means the most of your support goes
Cosby.
to Bill Cosby. Indeed. Wow. Huh.
How did I know?
Yay. Well,
How did I know?
It's quite a ranking there. Wow. Well,
You know what? If you swap Callen and Louis C.K. And probably swap Louis C.K. with Cosby, it's not that egregious, because I'm not really a big fan of Aziz Ansari's comedy, and what's happened with him in life I'm not very familiar with. So interesting list you chose there, Gray. It's odd how they all have something in common.
Yes, they all are professional comedians.
Mhm.
But I have been remiss in my duties. I have not introduced the channel host, the man who brought us all together, Laps comic fan. Laps, sir. Welcome
sir.
to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm dreading the next couple of minutes, but I'm good.
What are you talking
good.
about?
I
Okay, well,
I
you
don't
know,
trust
I
you.
want people to also know your taste in comedy, sir. So I thought, how better to do that than to, have you blindly rank some professional comedians, 1 through 5. I guess also let's go with your support for these comedians. So,
Okay.
first one, Robin Williams.
Oh, you asshole.
4.
4,
Ooh.
really? Okay, Carlos Mencia.
Oh,
5.
I know the theme.
5. Okay, Dennis Leary.
Oh, wow, man. 3.
3. Okay, so you got 2 and 1 left. Okay, Amy Schumer.
How'd I know it? Yep.
You gave me all the joke thieves. 2.
Yeah.
What? 2, you say? Okay, meaning most of your support goes to Brendan Schaub. Okay. Oh,
Why my list sucks so? They always suck.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. We're getting to know your taste for these comedians.
Is that how I feel?
Blindly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it says a certain thing. It's very informative. How's it going, Labs? So Charles mentioned these 3 comedy specials that just kind of dropped all this month. Really kind of, I don't know, soon. And again, Chappelle's didn't really have advertising. But correct me if I'm wrong, but you've seen at least 2 of these 3, haven't you?
Yeah, I saw Chappelle's. I think last week. Wait, I saw it the day it dropped because I just randomly turned on Netflix and I saw it and I was like, okay, So I ended up watching it that night and I watched Teacher from Tom Segura today.
Hmm.
And that was interesting. I could say that.
Any thoughts on Teacher? So, sorry, I guess let me preface this with, there was kind of a burn the boats type situation where Tom Segura was going around telling everybody that he had really been, all the podcasts advertising this, that he had really been working on this particular set for 2 years.
So
did it feel like a 2-year work?
I could say this. He led into a lot of, what he called his A7 setups, like he did that a lot where he would say something and then later on, bring it back to that, like the whole, what was it? Jermaine and Jamal joke, like those whole things with the subway and all that stuff with Jared Fogle and all that stuff. So, and I think like, I like it, but I don't like when he talks about his kids. For some reason, I just dislike it because he gets real weird when he talks about his kids, especially the little one. Gets very weird. Yeah. And
so I've heard him kind of tell a couple of these stories before because some of them are like 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I thought some jokes were very funny. So, there were some really funny jokes, but go ahead.
Lapsed, when you say weird, is it along the lines of Louis C.K.? His material was quite funny, but when you find out things about him after the fact, it's less funny. And okay.
No, because
I hope we don't find out things about Tom after the fact here.
Not in this one, but like the one he did before this, he talked about like taking a shower with his kid and his kid saying like, "Oh, you have a big penis and I have a little penis and let's go talk about this." And he's like, "Don't say that in front of people." And I'm just like, all right. So when he started talking about the kid, I thought it was going to go in a weird direction, but it went into the like eccentricities of the kid, like him wanting to be called by his name. That's where the teacher thing comes from, is his little kid wants to be called Teacher. And
which is kind of an interesting premise.
It is, because he related it to the only person that he knew called Teacher was Charles Manson. And he also compared his children to the Menendez brothers, which was rather interesting.
So that's kind of where I thought you were going with it kind of gives you an uneasy feeling about his kids too, because he also does like an impression of his kids, which I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a most egregious thing or not. I know when people have done impressions of me, I've really hated it in the past, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Would you end up hating it if your dad went on a huge special and was, you know, doing a voice for you, so to speak? It doesn't seem to be like completely mocking him, but I don't know. It might give me a complex.
Yeah, I mean, it could, but he's also like, I mean, I don't know how old the kid is now, but when he was first doing it, the kid was really little. So, I mean,
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I
that,
should preface this with I don't have jack shit where this kid's going to get like private planes and
correct,
stuff. Like,
correct.
So there's probably a trade off for it. So
I
maybe that would have made it better for me if I got to
do,
fly private.
I do want to comment on something though, because Doc says I done fucked up with Mr. Williams. Well, I didn't, because I can't stand Robin Williams stand-up comedy. I love him as a movie actor and a movie
high
comedy.
energy.
Fuck, I don't care.
High cocaine. It's great,
like
man.
It's like a giant gorilla sweating at me on cocaine. Like, no.
Kinda.
He's not
but there's
funny
references
stand-up to me. To me, he's not. He's not funny stand-up. I'm sorry.
But he's trying so hard.
But in comparative to the rest of the list that you gave me, yes, I done fucked up with Mr. Williams.
Huh. That's weird. I mean, it's just your preference. We're just trying to find something.
Stop it.
Out of...
I'm making you a list next week.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out Gervais like as soon as this is done. Unfortunately,
So am I.
yeah, I chose to invest way too much time into the Avatar franchise today. I didn't realize it was gonna be like a 4.5 hour journey. Like, yes, it is just the 3.5 hours for the movie, but man, do they put like 20 extra minutes of like credits and advertisements, just commercials in there.
Did you enjoy it?
Did you get to see it in 3D?
I mean, yes, I did. Unfortunately, I didn't choose it, so like went with the family. They chose the IMAX 3D. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I hate those glasses. I get like a headache after 2 hours of those glasses, and then if you turn your head slightly, it messes up everything. I don't know, man. It wasn't a bad movie, but it's nothing to write home about. That being said, I'm not a huge fan of that franchise. And this doesn't need to be 3.5 hours long. They hit the same beat so many times. But that's not what we're here to talk about at all. But essentially, it feels like you've seen 2/3 of it before, and it could probably get rid of that other third. But I don't know. It looks pretty. I think it's going to save cinema. So, thank goodness for that. But yeah, so are there any specials that you guys are going to catch up on before the end of the year?
I'm going to watch the
We've only
Gervais
got a
one
day.
tonight.
What was that last?
Charles,
I'm going to watch the
Gervais.
Gervais one tonight.
Yeah. Before midnight tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to take one in. I have an obligation to watch shit before the year's over, and it's do I watch shitty movies and squeeze 2 or 3 of them in, or probably watch a decent stand-up special? That's not on brand for me to watch something I might enjoy. So not within the next day, I don't think.
Fair enough. Well, I guess we could, or I suppose we could do it next week, where we come up with the best and the worst that we watched in 2025. We didn't really set that up or anything.
I don't have a best to put. This is like that fucking.
I mean,
your
by
bullshit
default,
top 5.
one of those is the best that you saw this last year.
Natalie Cuomo is my favorite stand-up special of 2025.
Unless you enjoyed Gringo Poppy more. I'm just saying.
That's not fair.
You're getting what I get now. It's not fair. It's not fair.
But that's next week. I'm thinking, since we didn't have time to prepare this, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a list and kind of come up with any of them that I've missed. Yeah, I will check it at least twice. But yeah, I want to come up with any of them that I've missed this year, because man, including the YouTube specials, there's just so many that get released all the time. I think I just added you might say there's too many, but I say there's just enough. You can get whichever one matches your taste, and hopefully it's good. But I've been impressed with comedy this year. I'm sorry that you guys don't want to enjoy the great comedy.
Wait, what? Why am I lumped in on this?
I don't
I'll
know.
watch it.
I'm just an asshole.
I'll watch
Wait, what? What did I do?
But yeah, I just want to know if there's anything that I've been missing that I need to catch up on before the end of the year. And I completely disagree with the last comment that we got from Miss Sparkles. Comedy is dead. It is not. It is in its heyday. Comedy, big budget comedy movies might be dead.
That's
But
true.
Yeah.
I think comedy is in a heyday, and you got to make hay while it shines, and it is shining bright on stand up right now.
Stand up is like saturated at the moment.
Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. And I can say that I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't remember all the names. I'll have to start writing stuff down. We said comedy movies are dead. They are dead.
Mhm.
With
We're
that being
talking
said,
stand-up comedy, Miss Sparkles.
there were
is
some
what we're talking
decent
about.
ones. Just people didn't go and see them. But yeah, there's a bunch of them on my list that I rather thoroughly enjoyed. But yeah. Of course, there's the Naked Gun remake is probably the biggest one from this year. It
I'm sorry.
wasn't horrible.
We're talking stand up shit here.
Fair enough.
You're talking
fair
about Avatar and now this.
Yeah, so-
This
You're
is
right.
not
You're
TGIT.
right.
I'm sorry,
Somebody
Sparkles,
said
but,
comedy's dead, and I just had to try and say that's just not true. There were also fun little ones like Splitsville, which nobody went out and saw, but
I did.
that was kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of a fun little comedy.
I saw Naked
it made
Gun.
me
I
chuckle.
thought that was fun. I thought that was a good one.
I dig that. There's Fack 'em all or Fuck 'em all, however you want to say that. But yeah, it's fun. The problem with that is it's kind of a niche category of you have to enjoy the airplane type comedy and Downton Abbey, which I don't know if that's a huge crossover in that Venn diagram. But those that are, it was rather charming. I enjoyed it.
British.
A little bit, isn't it? Well, hell yeah. So I guess should we get to the main topic, fellas? This whole
Please.
imitation or inspiration.
So
Okay.
we're done with the MC set. Are we on to the feature set, or are we talking headliner here?
I thought we'd go headliner, but should we get to a
So we're having
feature?
someone after the headliner?
I was thinking headliner. It just sounded like maybe you wanted a feature before.
No.
All I can say is you got to keep it tight, man.
Mm.
Whichever act you are, don't go
Yeah.
over.
Tight 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fair enough. I do have a little video if you'd like to let it play. I think this could work as kind of an intro to this topic.
Yay. Visual aids brought to you by TGIT.
I'm trying to give them. I'm trying to pass this on.
Gray is not
But,
prepared.
Good times.
Okay, you want
I'm
me to
not
add it?
prepared. If you'd be so kind, sir.
Laps is not prepared. Excuse me.
I am unprepared.
I'm more unprepared.
I've always said every comedian, their first show, they walk in, they already have their voice. And then when they get called up on stage, that walk to the stage, you lose it because immediately it's an out-of-body experience. Like, oh, these people are going to be watching? Oh. And now you're not that guy at work anymore. Like, hey, Dion, go fuck yourself. You're not. You're like, hey, how you
So this is an amazing conversation between Bill Burr and Dion Cole, but that was my experience. Like I had so much balls, and it's like I know exactly how I do it. And then the second like my name got called, it was just all that left me, and it's just I don't know. Do you get over that, Charles? Do you just find a way to power through that, or what? Because like with music, I got to rely on like the other guys. It's like, I know we've practiced this a million times. Like we're good. We just have to play this right. But man, you don't have to go up there with like a persona or anything. And it's not just you bearing yourself to the people. It's different.
Yeah, it depends. Like if you're working something out, maybe you're reforming that voice. But he's on to something, like especially early in stuff when you're figuring things out where you don't know what it is. If people are expecting a certain thing and you're trying to do something else, like you're on the wrong foot regardless. Yeah, this this visual presentation is ugly. So much
Yeah.
headspace, so much dead air in the middle there. It's such an unappealing look.
Miss Sparkles is mentioning this couch is huge and they're so far apart from each other.
Yeah.
Well, they're
you're
trying
totally
not to
correct.
steal each other's essence. That's what's happening.
You stay on the green
it's
side,
kind
I'll
of
stay on the
that,
pink side.
It's that two dudes in a hot tub thing. Like, you can't be right next to each other. Like, if you're on a love seat,
Sure.
that'd be weird. So, why not get an oversized sofa? Maybe this is too oversized. I get what they're going for. They do have close-up cams, but man, this wide shot is, it's odd. It looks a little bit weird.
I would just go medium close, medium close, medium close. Not
Just get two nice chairs, But I think this is Dion Cole's place or something. So I don't know. Maybe functionally,
for
a couch is
gigantic
better.
asses. That's what it's for.
And this way, you could have 3 guests. Imagine it. But yeah, I think what Bill Burr says next is really profound, and it's kind of what sent me on this journey.
Doing so, your arm starts doing shit it never does. Like, what am
Literally,
I,
that
what
part
is-
was what I was
What is
talking
that?
You ever stole the joke?
No.
Like not knowing?
You mean like parallel thought?
Yeah.
I've definitely had.
Where you have to like.
I never looked at somebody like I'm taking that shit. But I definitely had a joke and I thought I got there first and I didn't. And then I dropped the joke. And then I'm like mortified because
You think they think you?
no, I think that people saw it and then that like, you know what I mean? So
So I'm assuming that's the worst thing that you could ever be known as, is kind of a joke thief in the comedy world. Is there more of like an inside to that, Charles? Like, did you know of like people who were like blacklisted for thievery or anything like that?
I wasn't close with people, but I think I shared the experience with you where I had a blind ATM bit, and someone was like, you stole that Jay Moore bit, didn't you?" And I was like, "What? No." And then I went and saw Jay Moore's bit, and just like Bill Maher said, I just stopped doing it. But I wasn't like close with them. I was a road comic more than I was like, a home base working on shit before I do a special thing. And I just didn't, I'm antisocial. So I'm sure people who do hang out and see each other enough, there's probably rumors that follow people. And I think that's another reason why I feel the same way that Bill Burr does. If you're being accused of stealing something, and then if it's just an overlap, an accident, you don't want to make it seem like, I don't know. I guess it's the timing of who did it first and how many people saw them do it and whatever.
Hmm.
I think
And that'd be
hard
so much
to,
tougher now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it would
sorry,
be
go right
hard.
ahead, Labs.
I just think it would be hard, especially if you're talking about a specific thing, like you said, Charles, about the ATM, and then someone's gonna come up with how do other people use that, like a blind person or something like that. That might be, someone else is probably going to think that way without anybody else knowing. So if you do something, you're like, "What? I didn't see anybody do that. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
It's gotta be rough.
So my bit was, there's Braille on the buttons at a drive-through ATM. And then I mime a blind person driving. And Jay Moore had a very similar bit. He didn't do the miming, but he said the only thing worse is an ATM at a casino. And he made a joke about that machine always hitting. And I was like, that's a better tag for that. I
had a blind joke that I told. And I did. I had it, and then I heard it recently, so I'm never gonna use it ever again. I talked about like the best and worst gift to give a blind person would be a cheese grater because it's the most violent book they ever read.
Ooh.
It's pretty funny.
Wow. Well, can I ask it, Charles? So like, it's also really looked down upon to just basically steal like street jokes, right? Like, what would be worse if you're known as like just doing street jokes or just kind of lifting others' jokes?
What do you mean by street jokes?
I mean, there's certain jokes that, like everyone kind of knows. Nobody could say who exactly wrote it, but everyone's heard it before without
Oh.
like doing a spin on it. I mean,
Like chicken cross the road, like that kind of shit you get in
kinda,
like Facebook emails where it's just like, ugh.
yeah, like that type of essentially like they're jokes that everyone knows.
I don't know if
Uh,
they're considered. I don't know if they're considered theft so much as hack. If
mm.
you're gonna regurgitate that shit that I download in, a email from my grandmother, you better put something on it to make it your own. And
It
I'm not a
sucks
fan
because
of it.
like in music there is a cheat code and it literally is do covers. If you want to be seen like another band, essentially you just do covers of their type of songs. It's like, oh yeah, those guys can really rock like Zeppelin or whatever. I don't know. There are then other bands who, kind of get accused of doing like a Zeppelin copy, if you will.
Huh.
There's been a whole bunch throughout the ages, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem
Zeppelin
like it's looked
specifically,
down upon.
interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
there's that what's that one
there
band?
are-
They're newer. You know what I'm talking about. They have that highway song or whatever
yes.
the hell it's called. That
Yeah,
that kid. Whatever he
they're all
is.
trying to be.
Yes.
But they're kind of the latest of a bunch of them. And then if you go back to Zeppelin, they were also accused of stealing.
That's
So
very true.
I don't know, man. It gets weird and it gets cyclical, but it just seems like in music it's kind of more accepted. Like, of course, if I steal your actual song, that's a little bit different. But if I'm just covering your song, I'm doing an homage to you. Comedy is not the same. I'm assuming there's been a lot of starting out comedians that you've had to sit through, Charles, where you could see who their influences are. Essentially, they're kind of trying to do a version of them. They're a comedian cover band in a way.
Yeah, it depends. Like you talking about like when I was on the road and like opening for people that were doing stuff, or like in showcase shows where like I'm looking at 15 comedians in one night. What do you mean?
I'm sure it would kind of come up there. I know I've seen it, especially at the open mics where, people are kind of trying to come up with their own voice. And it seems like a lot of them seem to go to the exact same inspirations. And you can tell that Attell was a huge inspiration on them. They've got that exact cadence, that exact delivery. They even kind of go up in a certain way. I know I saw a few of them that it's like an exact ripoff of Gaffigan, where it's like even the way that they're kind of going to that like falsetto-ness. Man, there's a bunch of them that just it feels like people are trying to be that person where, how hard is it to write a joke in the voice of like, I would say again, something like a Jim Gaffigan. I feel like I could write a food joke in that voice very easily. Not saying it would be anywhere near as good as him, but it just I've seen a lot of starting out people kind of borrow personas.
I think to help get your voice, you might lean on your influences. Like I'm assuming, I don't know, Mitch Hedberg early in his career probably mimicked Stephen Wright at a certain point, but at a certain point, they're very similar styles, but Mitch Hedberg's voice is very, like his persona was very different than Stephen Wright by a certain point. So
have you seen a lot of his early work? So it recently has been, well, not recently, but it's on YouTube now, where he's had a whole bunch of sets that were kind of recorded, but he didn't quite have the Mitch Hedberg voice yet. A lot of them were the same jokes, but just the delivery wasn't quite where it's at.
It's no good. Good.
I was just gonna say it's interesting. It's the same quality of joke. It's just, man, he didn't quite have his voice yet.
I think it's like when you were talking about bands doing covers, I think there's also the point of like there's a lot of clubs that have live music. If you want to go see whoever, you go and see that person. There's not like clubs where this stand-up is doing this other stand-up set like you would a cover band. You know what I mean? Like, so that maybe that's a big thing. It's more guarded,
For sure.
You do that and it's like not a homage. You're taking the shit that I wrote and created that may still perform. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, like, so Greta Van Fleet's the band that you were bringing up that is very similar to Zeppelin, and a lot of people think that it's kind of the the legacy of them, so to speak, like the new version, the newer generation of it. But man, it sounds like a bunch of people trying on the persona of Zeppelin to me. I don't know. To me,
You're
there's
right.
something a little off, and it seems a little. I don't know if I'd go like sacrilegious, but it's just like it's too close. You're like trying to be that person, and I don't know.
Right. Because like whenever I first heard that song, the Highway Tune or whatever the hell it's called, I was like, right from the beginning, I was like, this isn't Zeppelin, because I didn't know who it was. It just came up, and I was like, whoa, that's like Robert Plant. That's like young Robert Plant. And I saw, and then I looked over and saw what they were, and I was like, wait a minute here, time
You've
out.
seen them, right? Because it's
I
not
actually
just how they
saw them.
sound.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
looked over and then I saw them, and I was like, time out here, dude. He's playing the same guitar as Jimmy Page. He's like, they're literally trying to be Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
It looks like 70s rock, open-chested outfits. Like it's just, man, it really feels like they're trying on this persona to me, which in a way just kind of feels wrong. But I know I definitely did that in bands. It's just a lot more kind of accepted because you can literally just do the cover where, you're not exactly doing that in comedy. I guess some are.
I'm going to push back a little bit on this because I feel like sometimes if you want, I mean, you can't have Led Zeppelin the way they were due to, members not being around anymore. But if you want some sort of Led Zeppelin, but not, I guess that's fine. I don't know why it would be extremely popular. But then on the flip side, you have something like Queen, who still tour. They just don't do any new music. So if there was like a Freddie Mercury sound-alike that was out right now, I would almost appreciate that because it's something that feels like it's different and new, but in that same soundscape, if that makes sense. Because Queen's not making new stuff; they're just bringing new singers around.
Well, I can say I've seen Queen with Adam Lambert, and it is.
Okay, but what about Journey with I can't remember his name, but I mean that
Steve
dude
Perry?
kills it.
Yeah.
Not Steve Perry. He sounds amazing and just like Steve Perry. To me, that's like the top tier of karaoke or whatever you want to call that.
And
It's
they've done
amazing.
new albums. They've done new albums since he's a part of the band. So
Don't
same
own any
thing
of
with
those.
like when Priest got Ripper and they did an album so I think if you do another album with that person now, like with Queen, I don't know if they have, because
I don't think they do.
it's always it even on the bill it was Queen with Adam Lambert.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was, like even on the ticket that's what it said.
I think it was always like Sublime with Rome too. I don't know if they're trying to do that type of thing. Now I think they just call themselves Sublime, and they do have now I forget his name, but the Knowles kid in there.
And so I just don't know. I would think like you would make another album. You know what I'm saying? Like Iron Maiden did it, Priest did it. I mean, Black Sabbath has done it.
Countless bands have.
I
just wonder. So we should talk about this at some point. A Ship of Theseus thing, and when does it stop being the band, and should you be able to just keep that name? Like, there's a punk band that I absolutely love, where the Vandals, for some reason, nobody in it is still part of the original Vandals, but it's gone on. Like, I dig those guys. But anyway, that's a different thing. I just think you can get away with that with music, where it's not quite the same in comedy, but maybe that's foreshadowing a little bit. I'll let Bill Burr. Yes, go ahead.
Because I have seen, maybe it's only singular comedians, because I have seen Laurel and Hardy impersonators. I have seen the old comedy troupe impersonators. So does that? Are we would we get a guy later on in life who's bald and looks like Carlin and wants to talk like this? I don't know. Is that a thing?
I think so. There's been a trend lately that there are a few people who are kind of taken off by doing kind of an impression of prior people, but they're not really giving them the credit. Perhaps I've said too much, and it sounds like I'm confusing some of the audience. Miss Sparkles is
No,
saying
we
that
were
she's
comparing.
Yeah, we're
confused.
good.
Thought we were talking about
comparing-
comedy. I think if I let Bill Burr just explain it for just a moment, you'll kind of hear where I'm coming from. And with this guy being a master, he might actually say it in a much more eloquent way than I could ever try.
What I had more so in that thing was when I was coming up, I was acting, when you're trying to find your voice, you're taking on the persona of different comics, I think I had a Brian Regan phase. Everybody had like a Dave Attell phase back in the day.
Yeah.
And then you just sort of learn to trust what you're saying. So there was that, but I never, no, that's like, you can't do that. And also, I didn't have to, luckily. However,
So, with that being said, Charles, did that give you any thoughts as to that whole when you're starting out, you're kind of trying on different personalities, personas, seeing what kind of fits?
Yeah. Like you're influenced by something to do it. So obviously there's something that you're modeling yourself after, but at a certain point, I mean, unless you're I just want to be a Jerry Seinfeld cover band, at a
What's
certain
the deal?
or Gallagher too. At a certain point,
Sledge-o-matic.
you
Can't be stopped.
become your own thing. You might have like tastes or like smells of an act that you were inspired by, but you should be able to make your thing your own, even if there's like hints of your inspirations in there. I would assume, I would hope.
I would hope so as well. Like, why would anyone want to see a cover of it where there's ways that people can kind of mold that and still do their own inspiration on it? One thing that kind of comes to mind, it's not really my cup of tea, but it seems to be all the fashion right now. Adam Ray, I think he just did his last performance as it, but he's been doing this thing where he's essentially Dr. Phil, and he's taking on that persona and doing his version of Dr. Phil doing a live show. It's kind of interesting. That doesn't feel like it's a ripoff. It feels like it is a caricature of this character, and he's doing an impression, and then he gives the credit to this is Dr. Phil essentially. And he's doing. Sorry, go right ahead.
How many characters does he do on Kill Tony? Because I think I've seen him like 10 times in the 12 episodes I've seen.
Well, he was the guest of the year, I think like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So that just encouraged him to do more. I think I can think of 5 off the top of my head. He probably done more.
He was Elon Musk, right?
I might have missed him being Elon Musk.
At the Garden?
I know he was definitely Biden.
There's like a nerd, like a Sigmund type character who wears glasses and long hair.
I forget what that kid's name is, like
Roger
or something, but he does a kid that way.
Yeah. All right, so he has a bunch of different characters, is
for sure
what I'm finding out.
Yeah, and that seems different. Like Jeremy is the name of the kid that he plays, the geeky kid. That to me seems different. Like I don't know if you're familiar with Kyle Dunnigan. He does this thing with kind of face morphing technology, and then it's impressions. So like he'll be Sylvester Stallone, he'll be a whole bunch of different characters. His Bill Maher impression is pretty amazing, but it's a way to like kind of bring impressions to a whole different level with like the face swap technology and stuff like that. That's kind of fun. It's interesting. He's also been a guest on Kill Tony, and it doesn't seem to work nearly as well, because then you're stuck with whatever prosthetics or makeup or whatever you're wearing, where before it didn't matter if he's wearing makeup or whatever, he could switch between characters. All you need to do is like switch a button on the face swap thing. It made for really interesting things. I enjoyed that, but again, he's giving credit to who he's doing an impression of. It's not, hey, here's me doing stand-up, and then you're basically just ripping off somebody's persona. I can't remember if we talked about it on stream or if it was just off stream last week, but back in I guess it would have been like early teens, Dane Cook accused Steve Byrne of stealing his essence. And essentially it was just kind of the loud punchlines and the walking all over the stage and kind of doing this really big act out things. He just was saying, "That's my essence. You're stealing it. You can't perform that way." That way is
They
doing.
should have went to Dr. Phil,
Hmm.
and they could have had a really good episode. Now you gotta stop stealing his essence.
I don't know. I didn't really put any credence to it, but lately I saw something that I don't know. I think this is the clearest cut case of stolen essence for me. But perhaps I'm putting the cart before the horse. What I have right up here on the screen, it is actually the Just for Laughs festival. It is a very special performance from it. So this is Mitch Hedberg. I know he's one of all of our inspirations, if you will. I know he's a huge inspiration to me. I love one-liners. I know that if I was just doing a Mount Rushmore of one-liners, he would definitely be on there. I think there's a couple that I thought did it a little bit differently, and I prefer that style. But man, was he kind of unique with the way that he did it. I think he kind of connected with you in a special way, didn't he, Lapsed?
Yeah, I loved heroin.
I get that. I hear it's good times.
No, I liked him. I seen him twice, and it was always really funny. And he would always do this thing. I wish they would have like did a video of at the end, like the last 20 minutes. He would always talk to the crowd, and like he would he would kind of like make these stupid like jokes about the way you look or the questions you ask or something, or like it was just kind of funny. And he did it both times I saw him, and that was like 2 years apart. So yeah,
that is awesome, man. I am so jealous that you're able to actually see him live. There's something to live comedy. Like every special is great, but it's just not the same thing as being in that room, actually feeling that energy, the pop of the crowd. Just, man, there's something amazing to that. I wish I would have seen him live. Unfortunately, I came to it way later than I should have.
I'm almost certain I would have crossed paths with him because he was a headliner, but you know he had CD specials and they weren't even close to an hour yet, and he passed when I was on the road. So
you would have.
I'm certain of it because he was touring a lot. I even if it was me emceeing for him, I'm certain I would have crossed paths with him in the mid 2000s.
Yep.
Just
make it about me. Sorry.
No, I was also thinking about me when Laps was saying that he was able to see him twice. It's like, wow, man, I'm so jealous of that. I wish I would have been able to see him live. I was way late to the party. It was probably like the late 90s when I finally heard about him.
My sister was the one that like she would like when I would tell you we'd watch like Premium Blend, all that stuff. She would record stuff all the time. And she was like, "Oh, like you got to watch this guy." And it was like really early in his career. And I think it was like the first time he was on Comedy Central. He was only on for like 7 minutes. And we watched, and it was really funny. It was really, really funny. And we were like, "Man, where's that guy? Who is that guy?" And it was cool. Because the first time I saw him, he wasn't the headliner. And he was the guy right on, was it the feature? I don't know how that works.
Yes.
Yeah. He was the guy right before.
Yeah. So it's usually the MC who does about 10 to 20 minutes, then the feature does around 30, and then the headliner does 45 to 60.
He did like 30 minutes, like 25, 30 minutes.
He was probably the feature, yeah.
Yep.
Would have been awesome. I know I was super into one-liners and specifically Stephen Wright. When my one buddy kind of found out about that, he's like, "Okay, you need to check out Mitch Hedberg." I wish I had kind of gotten into it a little bit sooner, but man, I love me some Stephen Wright, and just hearing kind of Hedberg's take on that whole thing. But it looks like we're going to interrupt that really quick. It looks like Sean Sheridan for $2.49 in the Euros said, "What film best portrays stand-up accurately?" I am wondering that too, Charles. Obviously, you'd say that it's what is it, Punchline? The one where they have lockers in the back.
It is not Punchline. If you think stand-up comedy is the way Punchline is, you don't know
they got lockers.
Yeah, that's quite popular for a club to just have the same 8 acts every night. Big way to be success. I mean, I've seen documentary things. Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian was an interesting watch, even though
I was going to ask, like, do you think that kind of accurately portrays it? Because I mean, like, he was already the biggest star in sitcoms in America by the time he made that. Like, I wonder
seen it?
if yes,
yeah, it's a little fabricated for the sake of the documentary. Like, oh, I'm trying new material. Oh, how crazy of you! What a bizarre thing to do. New material.
Sean brings up funny people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you dealt with much of like the Hollywood side of it, but that definitely kind of deals with stars and getting into more of writing than necessarily stand up. It's an interesting world. I don't know how accurate that is either.
So there's a portion of the movie where the character is writing for Adam Sandler for a little bit and just kind of like selling him jokes. I've experienced some element of that, but I've never like been the person's, touring writer. But that is, again, that movie's basically LA comedy. But it is probably the closest thing that's like a fiction movie. Lapsed, how many movies about stand-up have you seen?
I don't know. Maybe none.
Have you seen Punchline?
Yeah, I've seen. Sorry,
Okay.
yes, I've seen Punchline. Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Really,
Not the king of comedy.
I don't think I've seen the King of Comedy.
Well, have you seen The Joker? It's basically that.
Which
It is.
Which Joker?
The good one.
Oh, not Foley Ducks.
Okay, first off, that's the second best musical of 2024. How dare you?
Oh, and I could tell you, I was looking up Hedberg's things. I saw him. It was February 8th, 2003 was his headlining show. And that was for Deadhead. That's what that was called.
Damn.
Wow.
And that was at the Pittsburgh Improv in Homestead. I was looking up the dates because I knew it was near my birthday, which is February 15th, because my wife got me tickets.
When did he pass? 05, 06?
2005. 2005.
Yeah, if he was headlining in Pittsburgh in 03, I would have come across him because I've done a bunch of Pennsylvania spots.
And then the first time I saw him, I'll have to look through my stuff, but I can't remember because I was looking. They showed one that he did in 04, and I know I was not at that. I know for a fact I was not at that show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Charles, kind of getting back to the super chat thing. Have you seen? There's a couple of shows that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. Crashing was one of them. Did you happen to see that one at all? It's Pete Holmes kind of take on the stand-up life.
There's the other one about the woman from the 50s that I think Patrick said I should watch it. And I haven't watched
The Marvelous Miss Mabel.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's not horrible. It's a little fictitious. There's this other kind of interesting one that's kind of a fictitious version of it's called Hacks. I don't know if you dig that one. It's on HBO currently, but it's kind of amazing, but at the same time, I don't know if that would be kind of your cup of tea. It is.
What about Mr. Saturday Night? Wasn't that Billy Crystal, right?
That counts, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that count? Because I'm looking at a list here, and I was like, I didn't see any of these. But I'm just like, Mr.
Wondering
Saturday
if those
Night,
would come up more.
Yeah, Mr. Saturday Night.
There is this. Sorry, man. Please go right ahead, Charles. I will speak later.
I was saying Mr. Saturday Night would work. Yeah. Plus, there's the Bradley Cooper movie that's coming out like now.
That's literally what I was going to say. There's one coming up that I hope accurately portrays it, but Is This Thing On, which is recorded at the Cellar, and then it's directed by Bradley Cooper, but it stars Will Arnett, and then it's got a bunch of different comedians in it, like Jordan Jensen. I think she has a rather prominent role in this, so I hope that one will be accurate, but only time will tell.
Yeah, I
would
what
like. Up, Warren?
Hey, Warren, how are you? I would like a whiplash for comedy. And like, I don't know if that's
this one. This one's got Laura Dern in it. It might be good. It might be a whiplash. I don't know.
Okay.
But there's been a couple of kind of TV shows that seem somewhat they might be somewhat accurate to what they're saying. There was another one that was all about the Comedy Store, kind of.
Yeah, there was
that one was kind of interesting.
Yeah, there was that might be it. There was another one that was based like in the 70s or something, eating
Yeah,
it or
that's the
whatever.
one.
That
It's
happened.
kind of a fictional version of it.
Yeah, like the last 5 years, it seems like, oh, you're not doing comedy anymore, Charles. We're gonna do nothing but like comedy material that you're
Well, it's
not
kind
gonna
of
have.
cool.
Any
It gave a bunch of comedians chances to be other comedians from the. I don't know. I dug that one a lot more, but yeah, I haven't been on the inside of that. The closest I've been is the open mics, and there's nothing to that. It's just you put your name in a hat.
Which is weird because even Funny People, which is probably the best representation of stand-up in a movie, there's not any sort of accurate representation of open micing, which a lot of people have done. Everyone here has done an open mic.
Yep.
Like everyone has some sort of experience. Why is there no accurate representation of that in a film? Because a lot of people, at the very least, do it. So there should be some sort of shared experience that can be capitalized on, but no.
I mean, it's kind of boring is the thing, like the open mic experience. And then you got to see a bunch of bad comedy. Sadly, I mean, like they probably would be moving up to like MCs or whatever. I know everyone's got to start somewhere, but
I mean, they
not
Kill
Tony is not everyone's cup of tea. I think that's the
could-
closest to a depiction of.
They could tell it from the MC side, like
No.
waiting for all the stuff to go, and then having to sit through a bunch of bad open micers to get to the actual show,
Yeah.
which would be kind of interesting because then you could get the interiors of both sides of the club, and especially through the MC, which is going to have more of a real portrayal of the open mics to actual stand-up, which I think that would be pretty interesting, especially if it took place in like an actual, like a really well-known club or like an era, maybe like the 80s into the 90s, like 88 through 92.
Yeah, I know that there were times where I did like showcase gigs, and this is like early, like, first 10 times ever, where people would eat it and, people were leaving. And I remember thinking, man, I got to go another 5 guys after this guy. And he's walking the audience like I don't like it. It felt like more pressure, and I would get pissed off every time someone else sucked because it's like my audience that they were leaving. They were leaving before I even got to the stage. I'm like, thanks, asshole. But it's kind of paying dues. I think there is something to, like, if you were to do that one performance in Joker, but have it be like a night of those performances and just have it from the MC's perspective, like, come on, man, what the fuck's going on here? I got to be here till midnight. Like, can someone please keep the crowd here?
And I think that might be a miserable experience is kind of the thing. Like you already turn off a good portion of the audience. I've heard a lot of people saying like, I can't stand the Kill Tony thing. The 1 minute thing just sucks. And that's kind of what that experience would be. The open micer thing. I don't know. It worked really effectively for me in Joker. So I think there's a way you could do it, especially if you're kind of seeing the MC being crushed further and further down. But I think I don't know.
The Kill Tony thing works because imagine if those people got more than a minute.
See, I feel
now
like
there's some that do, some that are better, but most of them, 75% of them, possibly 80.
Well, the minute's just your foot in the door, man.
But
that interview is where the magic happens.
So I feel like the uninterrupted minute, that cat meowing and then the roar. Yes. I think at a certain point within that minute, they should decide whether or not the person gets another minute. With at 1 minute, you can be interrupted. But if it's going well, you could do maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3, depending on how it's going. They can cut you off at a minute. And most of them, when they suck, they're done by the cat meow anyway. So they're doing like 40 seconds. If it's going well, instead of interviewing them for 10 minutes, maybe let them do 2-3 minutes of stage time.
If it's going good, that would make sense. Yeah.
Maybe.
So I had a good
sometimes,
idea.
Well, sometimes, you have to work to find that like pearl. You have to shuck the oyster, if you will, or whatever the hell metaphor I'm mixing here.
But yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. The interviews are most of the time
they're fascinating.
The best part of it. But it would be interesting to hear someone, you know, who actually does well get more than the minute. But I know what you're saying, great, because it is just
Well,
their foot in the door, and yeah, I've seen other
we
people
might have a
off of there.
we might have a couple of examples of that coming up shortly, but I feel like somehow we keep getting a little bit away from this. But yeah, let's watch this amazing Just for Laughs set from Mitch Hedberg from '98, I believe. So this is kind of right as he was hitting his stride, but his voice is almost there, but it's a little different.
He may not be Canadian, but at least he appreciates us. Mitch Hedberg.
All right, some Canadian television exposure, finally. I gotta find out when this airs so when I come into the country I can be ready for the adulation. Hey, I've been on the David Letterman show twice. Anyone see me? Hey, I'll be damned. Like 4 million people watch that show, and I don't know where the hell they are. That's my favorite introduction I've ever had. You might have seen this next comedian on the David Letterman show, but I believe more people have seen me at the store. And that would be a better introduction. You might have seen this next comedian at the store. And people...
I absolutely love the way that he's self-deprecating, but it's like in such a unique way. Just, man, this all works so well for me. Just like the sarcasm of the, I need to know the air dates that I can be prepared for the adulation. Like, just, man, the way that hits for me is just so self-deprecating, but in a special Mitch way.
Oh, his wording is fantastic. His wording is phenomenal.
Yeah. He had the wording before. It's kind of his delivery, man. It's that kind of like laid backness. I'm definitely not doing it, but man, he is the master of that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know what you're saying, because it is the laid backness, and it when he got the glasses and everything, and that worked more. But you look at it and it comes across as he's like a simple person, but the words that he's using and the way that he's phrasing those words is very, very well thought out. Like it flows very naturally together, and that is not easy to do.
It takes time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is all just from his intro of you might have seen him on the, Late Show.
But all right, so to be fair, or like to kind of talk inside baseball, every time a comedian, or at least was introduced 25 years ago, it was, you may have seen him on blank. So the you may have seen him is like every MC's introduction. So if he's performed 1,000 times, 1,000 times people have said, you may have seen him on blank.
Yep.
So he's just capitalizing on material that you're going to hear.
Right. That's funny.
So like it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's very good, but it's hardly groundbreaking to be like, oh, I can't believe they said you may have seen him on blank. Like, no, they're going to say that.
For sure, but he's also shitting on his cred. It's like, sure, like 4 million people have seen it. I've never met one of them. Like, man, just it's great.
I think I told you, like, when I have a religion set that I kind of get into, and if I'm having something of a bomb set, I self-deprecate and I say, have any of you ever been to a funeral? And if it's a dead night, no one's answering, and I say, well, you're at one, and that usually gets a nice laugh. Like, oh, he knows that he sucks. Good. So it's the self-deprecating stuff. It grows in time. You know where things are. What people are genuinely thinking. It's part of being observational too. Like, all right, what do 6 out of 10 people feel?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, he was a master at it, and I just love his delivery of the self-deprecation.
I would say, hell yes, I have. I opened up a yogurt, and underneath the lid, it said, please try again. They were having a contest I was unaware of. But I thought I might have opened the yogurt wrong.
I love it. Just those jokes, like, it's so stupid. It's so awesome. I love his voice. That type of thing where it's I've definitely experienced that. I know I've taken a cap off a soda and it's like, try again. It's like, what am I trying for?
Are we doing like an episode of the Chris Farley show?
Kind of, man. I absolutely love it. But I'm trying to point out certain observations that he's making because I think they're going to come up real shortly is what I'm trying to get at.
That's not far off, Charles, because I told you guys about when I met and we got to hang out with Jason Mewes and stuff. A roommate that I had named Scott literally did that to Jason Mewes. Like,
I remember.
Do you remember like this? And we all looked at him and was like, "Yep, you're the one. You are the guy."
I didn't say, "Do you remember?" I'm just saying, I really dig that. It's those observations, and it's just like Laps was saying a moment ago.
I'm not talking about you.
They're really
I'm talking
stupid
about...
little observations. But
no, I wasn't talking about you. When he
his
mentioned
skewed
the Chris
perfect.
Farley show, that's what I was saying.
Mhm.
Like that's I was making not you, Gray. I was talking about the Chris
Well, don't
Farley
get me wrong. If Mitch was here, I would be doing that. Like, hey, do you remember that time? But I don't feel like I'm doing that now. I'm just trying to highlight a couple little things that I think are key aspects of his version of comedy.
Gray, I was joshing you because this feels like something of a thesis video. I was joshing you because this feels like a topical video, but at this point we're just talking about, man, how great is Mitch Hedberg? Like there's nothing on point right now.
There's a reason, but okay, fair enough. Let's get more of this. I mean, so I think he's got 3 really amazing jokes that everyone kind of goes to. I think this part has 2 of them. So
there's only 45 minutes left, guys. Don't worry about it.
Maybe your play was trying to inspire me. Come on, Mitch, don't give up. Please try again. A message of inspiration from your friends at Yo Play. Fruit on the bottom, hope on top. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
I think that's the most famous joke.
I'm not addicted to gambling. I'm addicted to sitting in a semicircle.
That's the other one that I hear people talk about.
My friend is a blackjack dealer, and on his forearm he has a tattoo of an ace and a jack. You see, I'm a blackjack player. On my forearm, I'm gonna get a tattoo of a 10 and a 2. And then maybe later a king.
There's a couple places you can take that joke.
I think Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. It's not the photographer's fault. Bigfoot is blurry. And that's extra scary to me because there's a large out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside.
Great.
One time a guy...
Yes, sir.
We need to be a bit more transformative about this. If you have something,
that's what I was trying to do, but then I got mocked that I was just playing the. Hey, you remember when? So 2 jokes that I think everybody kind of brings up. So there is that Bigfoot joke. I've definitely heard people kind of say that one when they're talking about Hedberg, but I think the main one that everybody goes to is the whole. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Man, it is an amazing joke. And I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that have brought that up. Like, that's their memory of this guy. I don't know. What would be your pinnacle of Hedberg jokes? What's your go-to from him?
Oh, dude, the ducks eat it free at Subway. Like that bit is hysterical. when he talks about ordering a sandwich. But
it's kind of a longer one, too, for him.
I dig it. I respect it a little bit. And like the tags that he has on that joke is quite funny too. Also, the ducks want sun chips. Really high quality stuff there. I
the Pringles
the way
can.
His mind works.
The Pringles
can is your favorite one.
It's not my favorite. It's that one, Pringles, and the getting a receipt for a donut. Like, I don't know
That's
the situation
mine.
In any time that I would have to prove that I bought this donut.
Well, and the whole fact that, like, we do not need to bring ink and paper into this
Yes.
transaction. It's just, oh man, I love it. The wording, just everything. And it is kind of a little bit longer, a little bit more wordy for him, but man, the receipt for a donut thing. And then again, his thing is tag. So then you get like the whole example of having to prove it to your roommate that you actually got it done. Just man, I absolutely love the way that his brain works, and then the way that he does his comedy.
He incorporates a bunch of different styles. Like I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to. That's a misdirect.
It is.
You're taking a parlance, a common cliche, and twisting it. Which my favorite comedian who does misdirection is Robert Schimmel, where you feel like you expect the joke to go in a certain place, and then it's like, no, the punchline's actually over here. We're not talking about this thing. It's actually something that you would expect not to be the joke.
I love the way Schimmel does that. Jeselnik's another one that's you can almost it's his thing is going the exact opposite way of the setup, and Schimmel's isn't always necessarily that. It's just a different direction than you're thinking of. But man, I love that style, and you're right. Hedberg incorporates some of that, but that's still in like his kind of one-liners, and then that's still in his tag. Like it doesn't seem like he kind of leaves it alone in a great way, where it doesn't feel like it's beaten to death, but man, are there a lot of hits in on that.
Troy brings up a good one with where he talks about, he says, I'm sick of following my dreams. I'm just gonna find out where they're going and hook up with them later. That was a good one.
That is a great one.
That was always a good one too.
Well, I guess let's let this play out. So I grabbed this one. First off, you mentioned his glasses. He did pretty much wear sunglasses almost every gig. After this, it seems like that really became kind of part of his persona. I grabbed this one for a reason, but it also had at least two of the top jokes that I generally hear referenced from him. In this quick little, I think it was a 3-minute set that Just for Laughs happened to have out on YouTube. So, we'll let this finish up. I think there's only a couple more left.
I handed me a picture of me. Said, here's a picture of me when I was younger. Every picture is of you when you were younger. Ain't that about time someone said that?
So that was what I wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of. And then keep in mind, we've kind of been talking about trying on a persona. I don't know if there is a better example of it than this. But this is a real comedian. His name is Keegan Carmichael. He's out in Austin. Yes, sir.
Do we get informed how long he's been doing it?
I believe, yes, he will talk about that in the interview.
Also, is that literally episode number 730?
It is of Kill Tony. He's been doing it for 14 years, man. It's not like an overnight thing. He's been doing it out of the store.
I knew it was old, but I didn't know it was 730 episodes deep old.
Dude, there's some amazing comedians that came out of there, and it's been a great launching pad for him. I totally support it. I understand why people don't like it, but man, I wish them all the success. But this one made me feel a certain way, and I'm wondering if you guys are going to feel a certain way with it too. So this particular performance is from 4 months ago. So, yeah.
Everybody, make some noise for Keegan Carmichael.
Oh boy!
Already?
Oh boy!
My dad would always tell me, alcohol will never fix anything.
Oh my God!
Then why did you carry beer in your toolbox? Yeah.
I don't know, man. It gives me like instant feelings when I see this and when I hear the way that he's doing it. But that's just his first joke. He's just warming up.
Yeah, you didn't think I noticed. Yeah, I've been doing comedy. Comedy's tough. As a comedian, I haven't gone on the road, but I'm pretty close to being on the street.
Oh, man.
Hey, I wish a story really did come with two sides, because I would love to read a book with mashed potatoes and coleslaw.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Like, hey, what'd you enjoy about Huckleberry Finn? The gravy. Hey, are you hungry?
Down as a side.
Cool. Let's go to the library. All right. Thank you.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
dude. That that dude does not talk like that in real life.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, you'd be surprised. So I have scoured his social media. I only grabbed a couple of examples of it, but I don't know, man. If he doesn't talk like that in real life, he's going pretty method with the character.
Well, look at him. Obviously, he is.
Just I have not seen anywhere on the internet where he is broken from character. That does appear to be his
Yes,
feature.
but you also think MSK is a character. So if
I
he
do.
can do it,
I also think that these.
Why can't this guy do it?
I hear you.
To be fair, people still dress like Kurt Cobain. We talked about, the Zeppelin
Right
modelers. So it's a decent comedian to model your personality after. It's very distinct.
Yes,
but he's well. Let me hear what he says, because he might find his own voice. That it's
true. You haven't heard him interviewed yet, so let's hear what this panel of professional comedians. Which, by the way, I think the guests were Ian Fidance, and I can't remember who the other comedian is, but yeah.
Keegan Carmichael.
Oh, that's right. Duncan Truss.
Some people are already calling him the Keegan, let's just jump right into what literally 100% of the people in the room are thinking. Are you aware that in every single way you're doing a Mitch Hedberg impression?
I get reminded every day.
Is that on purpose or like accident? Is this how you are in real life?
Yeah, it's weird. Like people DM me like that question. Like, is that how you are? I'm like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So you were.
I don't know, man. It seems to be all over his social media, and this is for a long time. He's been doing this thing. This isn't the first time he signed up for this. It's just the first time he was able to get on.
So Mitch has been dead for 20 years. So this guy's what, 30?
Yeah. It looks like it.
Did you notice how whenever he was talking, though, he was talking?
Well, he still had that, I don't know. Like, there's a bit of the cadence in there.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
The structure is
everything, even the little reactions after the jokes, everything. Everything. Literally everything was.
But if everybody was telling you every single day on social media, and now you've got this giant podcast telling you, you understand that you were copying him in every single way. I don't know. Would you take that to heart, or would you just kind of ignore that? Like,
I don't know. Like comedy, it's different because we've kind of discussed it about music a couple of times, where musicians sound like other, like Journey is still going today with someone who sounds like Steve Perry. If I don't know if comedy would make sense if he was like Mitch Hedberg 2, like you do a Gallagher 2 thing, where if he's willing to like lean into it, you might as well lean into it. But to act like, oh yeah, I don't know what the thing is. You have to know, where did that come from? It had to start from something. Like if that's all he listened to growing up, like, is albums of deceased Mitch Hedberg, and like he modeled everything about his stage presence after it. It's fascinating. I would hope for him to develop something, if not to lean directly into the fact that, Mitch isn't here anymore, but I am writing in the style of him, and essentially I'm a laser hologram Tupac of Mitch Hedberg for now.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's a difference between like kind of, acting like someone and writing that person's same, like their material. Like that's but he's trying to write his material. It's not as good, obviously, but he's telling it. It's like he heard the CD and he heard certain jokes and he's like, let me see if I have enough syllables in this to match this.
Yeah. So like I said, if you were to hear Stephen Wright and then like maybe early Hedberg, I'm sure Hedberg was like, Stephen Wright kind of does that.
Yes.
And he became Mitch Hedberg. This guy, I would hope in 5 years or so, would have his further down the road variation on it.
Which could happen.
Sure.
Which could happen.
Sure.
But like, even early Hedberg, as much as he was like, he wasn't what this is.
Right. Right.
Because I do know what you're talking about, because I thought the same thing. Whenever I, like, after my sister showed him, when I started scouring for stuff of him and I heard like the bootleg recording, I was like, oh, okay, I see the similarities, but he did come into his own. Like you said, he did come into his own. Hopefully this dude does it, because it's like, Jesus, man.
Well, I don't think they've gotten into how long he's doing it yet, but they get into a couple places in the interview. It goes a little bit further. Let's let him explain himself a little.
Like this, and that was your sense of humor, and then you saw Mitch Hedberg, and you're like, whoa. What are the odds?
I used to impersonate Mitch Hedberg. I still do.
That's awesome.
I mean, the look,
the infinance is awesome.
Every single thing, the delivery, the joke style. Are you a super fan of his?
No, my favorite's actually Dimitri Martin. But
Dimitri Martin? Now I know you're kidding. That's literally nobody's favorite.
He's some people's favorite. I know my wife happened to be very fond of Dimitri Martin for a time. I didn't quite get his comedy, but I dig it. He's another like a one-liner guy. I don't know. You guys ever seen any of Dimitri Martin's specials?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Laps, you ever seen Dimitri Martin? Now, he's another, I would put him kind of in the same vein. He was kind of more in the alt comedy vein, but kind of around what Galifianakis did with like Purple Onion type deal. It's kind of one-linery. I could see somebody putting them in the same category, like a Hedberg, a Stephen Wright, Zach Galifianakis from the Live from the Red Onion thing, and Dimitri Martin. But man, Dimitri Martin does not have that exact pronunciation, that exact delivery, that certain amount of stonedness to everything.
So, like, if people are like accusing you of it, DMing him, and he was unaware and he doesn't think so, I think as far as honor in the community is concerned, he owes it to, you know, other comedians and like what 100% of the room is feeling, like Tony said, to look into it and see, all right, how close is this? And, you know, have someone who he trusts tell him, yeah, it's a bit much. It's kind of his job to do something about it. Either say, you know, I'm Mitch Hedberg reincarnated, or tweak your bit to not sound like him. Kind of like what Burr and myself decided to do about one joke in particular. One joke, maybe not an entire stage presence.
And I should have grabbed more of the Dion Cole, Bill Burr conversation. I do have it, but I was thinking it would be a little bit more for maybe an upcoming episode. But he kind of goes into the whole what happens if you do have, parallel thinking. So now you're each telling a joke. What do you do? And as a gentleman, one would drop it. You might look into like who's done it longer, but, there's a certain reputation for it. But that's slightly different. This is, adopting and everything, man. Like he's essentially living method as Hedberg. It's weird.
So Troy McClure says he just rewound it to listen to it again, and the second joke he told is clearly a reworking of the "if I don't have a pen" joke.
It's very similar. Good question. I guess I could go back really quick.
Don't go back. Just
too late.
Mind, go back.
My dad would always tell me, alcohol will never fix anything. Then why did you carry beer in your toolbox? Yeah, you didn't think I noticed. Yeah, I've been doing comedy. Comedy's tough. As a comedian, I haven't gone on the road, but I'm pretty close to being on the street.
I mean,
well, so what is the joke that's reworked? I don't remember dude. It's been a very long time.
I mean, it is so damn close to a bunch of his
what
jokes.
Is the original,
he has some that are. Troy, if you could help us with that, I'm kind of blanking on what exactly it is. I know he's got.
It might not be that
That one, the next one.
Might be another one. The pen joke is, I bought a $7 pen because I always lose pens and I got sick of not caring.
Yeah, like they're all the same cadence. Like it's the very same setup delivery. Like alcohol is a tool or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah. It's like I don't know. Like I guess if you set your mind to it and like leaned on cliches that people say, you can write Mitch Hedberg style, but like he did it already. Like I mean, again, if you're going to say, what if Mitch Hedberg was around to joke about TikTok? I guess, it would be interesting to hear Mitch Hedberg discuss today's issues, cliches, and parlance. But you gotta say, listen, I know what this is.
Right.
Yeah. It seems inexcusable. Like there's been a couple things where it's like, that guy, so I've seen a bunch of Steve Byrne and I had no idea what Dane Cook was talking about when he's like, he has stolen my essence. Like if he thinks like just kind of being extra loud on a punchline and kind of moving around on stage and kind of being physical and act out, I don't know. I didn't see it. It's like, no, that's kind of what a lot of comedians do. You weren't the first to do that. I don't know what you're talking about, but this, I mean, can you call it anything other than he's essentially trying to be him? Like this would be the epitome.
No,
of
yeah,
doing
he's trying to be Mitch Hedberg. That's exactly what it is. It's not even. It's not. I find it. I will say this. I find it very hard to believe that I could see people acting the way he acts. Right, weird, a little bit, blah blah blah. But you're telling jokes. There's no way you did not know that's how Mitch Hedberg tells his jokes. There's no fucking way. There's no way. It's almost impossible.
Yeah. So Troy clarifies the setup, cadence, and timing of, as a comedian, if I don't have a pen, I either have to get up or convince myself what I thought ain't funny. Didn't steal the joke per se, just the aura of it. Well, his everything is the aura of it. Like that's kind of the problem.
Yeah,
for sure. I agree.
Well,
like, I mean, the fact that me and Charles, by just him walking out before he even said a word, I just said, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Like, all right, we knew exactly. I mean, obviously, we knew where it was going because we were talking about Mitch Hedberg, but I didn't expect it to be on the fucking nose.
Yeah, I kind of wish you didn't tell us, Gray, because I think.
Well, you kept asking me what's it going to be about, and then I tried to explain it in vague ways, and then you guys were like, "What?" So sorry.
Well, for the sake of something like this in the future, don't tell us. Give us a neighborhood thing. But as long as you have to tell us what the 5 choices are on the blind ranking, though. That's a new rule too.
I have to tell you what the choices are.
Oh no, he can still blind rank, but he will be also blind ranking some of the things that we asked.
Deal. Oh, I would love to.
Oh, I can't wait.
Let's rank it all.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, obviously shorts. We got to do that with those.
So this guy knows. This guy knows, and if he really doesn't think he models himself after Mitch Hedberg, he's got some soul searching to do. But like I said, someone he trusts needs to tell him, dude, you've got to do something about this one way or another. Either do something differently or just lean completely into the fact that you're 2025 Mitch.
Could he lean harder into it? Like, what would it just be saying? Like, yep, that's what I'm doing.
Dude,
like,
put the glasses on. Put the fucking glasses on.
Yeah, and do like what the joke that the dude told him. He just be like, "So I used to be Mitch Hedberg. I still am, but I used to be also," and then just go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe work something out with the estate if there is one. Like,
there is. Yeah. But then I think you'd be admitted. Yeah. Fair enough. It just seems like if you don't work it out, then is your act now off limits because you made them aware that the
without
they know, dude.
Yeah,
all reasonable doubt is very
it's coincidence at this point, man. You can't prove anything. He's a Dimitri Martin fan.
If the estate of Mitch Hedberg was owned by a studio or something, they would win in a lawsuit. They would absolutely win in a lawsuit because they have very high power, very expensive lawyers that know exactly what the fuck they're doing. Entertainment law is wild. They would
Andy
win.
Griffith from Matlock can win this, and he's dead, and the show's been over since '94.
Well, fair enough. Maybe he's got more defense, though. I don't know. Maybe we should hear him out a little bit more.
Okay.
No, my favorite's actually Dimitri Martin. But
Dimitri Martin? Now I know you're kidding. That's literally nobody's favorite. I just love the way
Takes a
he
certain
rips the paper off the paper.
It's kind of fun. It's a wordplay.
Who are you in real life? What do you really like?
I just
heroin.
A couple of beers in the park and read a book, man.
How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
A little over 2 years.
And has it always been like this? You from Seattle, Portland? Where are you from?
Nah, I'm from Illinois.
Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, I mean, he is only 2 years in.
What do you do for work?
Still kind of new.
Right, but
DoorDash
this
on
is
an
from
e-bike.
this year, correct?
What?
Yes, this is from 4 months ago. And sorry, I
you're
just
only
spoke
2
over him.
years in, and you don't know who Mitch Hedberg is? Died over 20 years ago? Goddamn, shut up. Open and shut.
I mean,
me.
technically, he didn't say that he doesn't know who he is. Just he said he's not my favorite. Dimitri Martin is, which
Well,
is
they said
a weird
they
way of
said-
answering it. It's skirting around the issue.
But they also said, do you know you're doing, an exact, and he was like, nah.
Well, he
you
said
know?
people tell me that every day. Like he didn't
Right.
deny it. He just didn't answer it. He's being sketchy about it.
Of course
So,
he is.
I
That's what
feel
guilty
like
people do.
all
Sketchy.
right. So I feel like the guy's been doing it 2 years. I feel like we all hold Mitch Hedberg on a bit of a pedestal.
Mhm.
Whether or not he's willing to admit that publicly yet, that's one thing. 2 years, it's not really a lot of time to get your footing. I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, so I'm going to go to the comedian brethren here. There's a chance
They
that
weren't the worst jokes. Like they're
sure,
not
but-
bad jokes. The offensive part is that it sounds like he's writing in the other guy's voice, in Mitch's voice.
right. It's just maybe in due time. Like I said, someone who he trusts that won't tell him something to knock him off his path or whatever will be like, you've got to do something about this one way or another. Whether it's but you need to acknowledge the fact that 100% of the room thinks a specific way about a thing. It's just, you cannot, after you go and seek it out, you cannot lie to yourself about the similarities anymore. It's just what, I don't know, maybe hopefully he's done that since this episode's aired, and
He has. It might just, let's let this interview play out, and then we might have something that kind of responds to that.
I
Okay.
DoorDash on an e-bike.
DoorDash on an e-bike. I hate it when my deliveries are on e-bikes.
Yeah.
That's kind of suck. It's always got to go vertical with
But
it.
believe me,
at
nobody
times.
understands that better than me.
Yeah. Duncan Trussell. It is funny. Like, your spirit definitely lives on through him. Not quite as powerful, obviously, as the late, great, super amazing Mitch Hedberg. But, I mean, you do kind of got it down. You wrote those jokes?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, I know. Duncan?
I was just going to say, it's too bad that they don't need Mitch Hedberg impersonators at kids' parties because you kids, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he could make a killing.
It was funny like 20
He would be the
seconds
best.
ago, I think.
So every time you do a show, anywhere you go, every time you do stand-up, all the other comedians are like, God, this fucking guy's doing a Mitch Hedberg impression, right?
Yeah. Some people wait outside the club to like say shit to me.
Yeah.
Have you seen Mitch Hedberg's stand-up?
Yeah, it kind of freaks me out.
oh, I don't know now.
How old are you?
I mean, he doesn't elaborate on like
could be a
what
joke.
part of it freaks him out, but
It could be a joke, but you're,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to defend this kid, but
I'm not. This is
2 years in.
I know.
Hey man, he might be the funniest bike Uber Eats guy I've ever seen. I could be wrong.
That's you
I'm
could be right,
31.
31. So when's the first time you saw Mitch Hedberg stand up? Were you a big fan of his at one point?
Oh, at one point. Oh, I mean, dude, Dimitri Martin was my guy.
Again,
Man, this seems evasive.
But seriously, we're all like witnessing, like it is like a Mitch Hedberg impression. Did you always talk like this? Is this how you talk in real life?
Yeah, Tony, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Okay.
Can you do a Christopher Walken impression?
Christopher,
what the fuck?
I don't watch movies, man.
Keegan,
how would you know who he is?
Thing about your life? Tell us. What would we be intrigued to find out about you? 31 years of experience at being Keegan Carmichael. Tell us.
Yeah, I have a cast iron pan.
See, Hedberg died at 37. So this guy's got 6 years to figure out his own voice?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
What's the cast iron?
I'm not trying to be a dick. So again, like there's some early recordings of Hedberg that the jokes are there, but like his cadence, he hadn't quite found his voice. And
yeah,
man, once he does, those same jokes, they just connect. I don't know exactly how old he was in that. I want to say he would have been like late 20s, early 30s in those.
Hedberg
so
probably.
There's a chance.
Hedberg probably took over a decade to get his voice. This guy's taken the baton and doing what because every single one of us is so turned off and like diehard Mitch Hedberg fans. I'm trying my best to like think of the most charitable case scenario for this guy, but I don't know if he's being defensively arrogant, for lack of a better term.
Why won't he address any of it? He just keeps like moving any single time, shifting to another, pivoting, if you will, to anything else. And then they give him a chance to like address that again. He doesn't understand it. And then now so if I can white knight him for a second, I think this is the worst and most underhanded question you can ask somebody. Okay, so in your 31 years of life or, X amount of years of life, what is interesting that you have done? Go. You're on the spot. That's going to be tough for anyone. Or what have you done that people should know about right now?
Oh, I thought like you were actually asking me. Are you asking me?
I'm just saying, sure, if you want to do it. For me, it'd be tough.
At 31, I had traveled through the United States via train that I didn't pay for. I met a lot of hobos, and I made it from Florida all the way to California without paying. I lived a lot of life. I got married. I had 3 children by that time. Can't think of much else. I started doing work. I worked in a lot of restaurants. And then about at 35, I started working for the U.S. government.
Woo! The government.
So my answer would have been like, I have a truck. I don't know, man. Like I don't know if I would have had an answer for this thing. It's kind of tough. You're thinking of that minute. You're not thinking. Ray.
I
am.
I also do a lot of
I'm trying to.
Though,
I'm trying to do 2 things here. I think it's a very unfair question, and then I think he gives the worst possible answer you possibly could.
Hey, fair or unfair? What the fuck are you doing on the show? Like this is part of the deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very.
Why would you say, tell us anything about you, and you say, I have a pan?
So Gray, in defense of
because
the
he's
show,
trying to be like Hedberg. That's
yes,
exactly
after being compared to Hedberg, why would you go into one of the most Hedberg-esque bits you could go into, as opposed to going a different route, like saying something like, I don't know, an actual accomplishment in his life? I mentioned the truck. Why not mention what kind of e-bike he has?
Wait, I want to hear the rest of the cast iron pan thing because he kind of paused it.
Okay. Yes, unfairly, as you pointed out.
Do the other part. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, it's cool because you gotta take care of it. Like you have a cast iron pan, you have a responsibility.
See, it's a whole bit.
Like, like a lot of girls now, they're dog moms, but not me. Like I'm the father to a pan.
What else, Keegan? Tell us something else interesting about you.
I don't know, man. It doesn't beat any accusation to like just I don't know.
You're
I
also
mean-
you got to think though, Gray. You're thinking of it through the way that you think. You know what I mean? Like the supposition that
enough.
someone else isn't going to just stick to their guns and say this is how I am. So you know, this proves that I am what I am. I've met people like that.
He
I've
could-
literally met people like that.
He could also Tony Clifton the fuck out of this. Like it could be
That's what I'm saying.
his thing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I have literally met people like that.
Yeah.
Especially in California. You got to remember, California is it's not just a different state, it's a completely different world.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've told this story. I don't know if I've told it on here. It was when I first got there, right? And we went from San Diego, went all the way up to San Francisco. When we were in LA, it was during the school year, right? I saw little kids. I can't remember the exact street I was on. I saw little kids like walking to school, right? This is how desensitized and how weird California is. And I'm walking, and it's me and two other people. And here comes a truck around the corner, right? And it's a semi truck, and it like has this, it's pulling this bed, and it looks weird. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it like kind of went up like this and then into like a house shape.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mobile strip joint, and it totally naked women encased in glass. Not one child looked up and was like, hey, titties. None. I was like this. Like, that's just California, dude. That's like LA. Like, people, like, they're so strange there, dude, that that does not, like, that dude is Mitch Hedberg. That's who he is. That is his whole thing. So he's going to be Mitch Hedberg 24 hours a day.
Fair enough.
just him.
Why not advertise your comedy as well with an impossible question of like, what is interesting about you in your entire life? Yeah, throw in another bit. I don't know, man. It seems like I would never think to do a really Hedberg bit after being called, an abomination for stealing this guy's persona. But you're right. If you're totally in on it, you're doing the Clifton thing. I'm not sure that this guy is. I could totally be wrong, but I think this might be this guy in a weird way.
1.6 million views on a 43-second short. Mitch Hedberg cast iron pan joke. It's this guy.
Yeah. Yep. So don't worry. There's a little explanation beyond this, but the interview's just kind of wrapping up here, I think.
Well, dude, door dashing on the bike, that's a fucked up world. I have trouble sometimes because I fall a lot. Like I don't like the Texas cheerleaders. Because I was going really fast and they were on the sidewalk, and so I fell into the ditch. And I'm laying on the ground, and she looks over me. She's like, "Is your bike okay?" I'm like, "No." And then like the Lime scooters, they're in the way too. Well, to me, a Texas cheerleader is like a Lime scooter. I'd probably have to pay to ride you, but I just prefer you get out the way.
Keegan, fun times. Here's a little joke book, my friend. There he goes. Keegan Carmen.
So the tiny joke book is like I guess there's one worse than that. If you bomb completely,
enough.
they give you nothing.
I've watched enough to know that
You asked
tiny book.
the joke books.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, that last bit, it definitely was more unpolished than any of the other ones. It was the wordiest. It felt like it's not whittled down enough to be as succinct as it could be. It feels like it's really stretching for that punchline to me.
I mean, if you're going to live Mitch Hedberg, he could be working it out. Like, there's a very distinct, once you know what his writing style is, you when you hear it, you know. So it's just trying to, fill
Yeah.
that blueprint, and he's
Yeah, you
he's
got the
an
rhythm.
idea, right? He's just got to work that out. But
In a way, it's a cheat code because you're just finding the words that fit over that cadence. It's like, okay, well, that makes it funny. It's really weird because it feels like it's that he's stealing is like just. But the fact that they look so similar as well. But this performance kind of blew up the internet in a way a few months ago, and he did get a lot of threats. And there's a ton
Threats?
of
Yeah, there's no need for
Well,
that. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. He got a lot of hate mail and stuff, but he thought he would address some of it. So
awesome.
I looked at a ton of it. He went on a few different people's podcasts, and then he had some on his where he uses a beer instead of a microphone. It's interesting, but yeah, I
hate
think
the
I
internet.
grabbed like
I fucking hate the internet. Sorry.
I think I grabbed a representation of what his kind of response to the situation has been.
Michael. It's kind of like blasphemous what he's doing.
Awful.
Yeah.
Like, he has good jokes. He could just do them like different, like his own self, instead of like literally acting.
I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
and looking like him's kind of crazy too.
If you could do your minute over, is there anything you would have changed? Or your interview?
The thing about the interview, people are like mad at me for like not answering questions the right way. I'm like, guys, it moves so fast. It's not like right now where you
So
get
hold
to,
on.
like, chill out, think about things, explain.
His cadence right now is very different. He's talking.
It felt like his cadence was a little bit different on that last joke too, where it seemed like he was kind of floundering and he went really fast. Like, I hate cheerleaders. The Texas cheerleaders.
Yeah, to be fair to this guy, Hedberg had a bit of like a Seattle pothead thing where like, hey man, like that kind of thing, which this guy kind of does. But if you're doing Hedberg's style, you're kind of going to get, shoehorned into that definition. But like Red Band said, if he just wiggles out of that cadence, he could probably get by on this.
I think so, but so my other reason for bringing up those kind of early Hedberg sets that kind of went, they're on YouTube now, but he doesn't have quite that cadence down. He doesn't have quite the delivery on him. It's still really smart material, but it just doesn't land quite right. I don't know if that cadence is kind of a cheat code, kind of like
I don't know.
cover
Like,
bands that do.
I think if we, the three of us, decided to just write in the style of Hedberg, at the end of the year, we'd have a Hedberg-esque set. It's just someone doing it in the style of a Hedberg, because it, like we've all acknowledged, there's some sort of, you capitalize on things that people say, and like, you find the spot to extend on it and misdirect and do these different things. It's, I mean, there's something to it, but it's not impossible. It's being able to, separate yourself from that. I don't know.
Let's see what he says here. Let's see.
Can't wait.
But yeah, it goes really fast. You don't have time to sit around and think about it, is what he was getting at.
And stuff. Like, people were like twisting my words. People are saying like, I'd never even heard of Mitch. I never said that, guys.
Have you seen Mitch Hedberg's stand up?
Yeah, it kind of freaks me out. I said my biggest influence was Dimitri.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess maybe what I'm saying is maybe in the interview I should have just said like, yeah, he's one of my influences too.
Wow, okay. We've seen this guy before.
So there's more to it, but that's kind of the explanation I got from a lot of his different things online. He also had a couple of two-camera, I think they were Instagram videos, but I didn't feel like grabbing those. But the gist of it was kind of, yeah, he should have said that he's an influence, but he stands by all the stuff that he said. And it's, everything's happening so fast, it's hard to think up there.
That Big Natural podcast show is a comedy podcast?
Yeah, they talk to people with natural talent.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that one. I believe it is, a clever title for someone in that club. But yeah, so this is now a clip from not this Monday, so not yesterday, but last Monday, where a familiar face happened to make it back on to Kill Tony for the second time.
Oh no.
Or on this show. I mean, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for what some people are calling a local legend. This is the return, I believe the second time ever, of Keegan Carmichael, everybody.
God damn
Here
it.
we go.
Hey, yeah, a guy strikes out 9 times out of 10. I don't know who the 10th girl is, but tell her to throw the ball. Hey, I was at the bakery. They were like, baked fresh daily. Yeah, me too. I wish I had a burrito restaurant because burritos roll. Free delivery if you live downhill.
Oof. Oof.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't. It's so different from his interview. He's obviously doing a bit.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it does seem like he is laying it on a little bit thicker, but man, at least with that first set, a lot of stuff was landing. Like this, kind of nothing is so far. I mean, hell yeah, I'm all for gravity jokes. Like, nice, but you know, it feels like it could be a lot funnier.
Yep.
I mean, this is probably only 40 seconds. He's probably got like a good 20 seconds left, so we'll see.
Meow.
Our only competitors, a can of soup. Hey, I have a car. It's not push to start, but it is push to keep going. Yeah. Come on, guys, push. Oh, we just got passed by a burrito.
Call back.
Thank you.
Keegan Carmichael.
That shows some skill. You know, he was able to do a callback in a 1-minute set. It seems like he might have thought out how to do this set, but yeah.
Like, think of the way that he spoke during his interview, and then just think of how he just said burrito. Just that's all you like. It. Come on.
Yeah, I can't defend it, but you know, oddly enough, it seems
Charles
like there was
is just done.
Oh,
Look at him.
Charles can defend it. Apparently, is that
No,
what we're
Charles
hearing?
is done. He is like, fuck this.
I tried.
Well-
I tried benefit of the doubt in this shit.
So your heart hasn't. So granted, it only has been a couple of minutes. With Kill Tony, it had been 4 months since they had seen this person, and you know, maybe absence makes the heart grow fonder or whatever. Because there seemed to be a change of heart for the panel.
Because the internet blew up about him.
Welcome back, Keegan. Now, the last time you were on this show, all we talked about the entire time was that how you reminded us of Mitch Hedberg. And after a lot of, you know, I talk to people and, you know, word gets around about the guy that looks and sounds and delivers like Mitch Hedberg. And it turns out that you're a genuinely very funny guy that just happens to look like and have the delivery of Mitch Hedberg.
Just
Pretty
happens to.
interesting. It's kind of like,
Tony, what the fuck happened, man? That's a 180 right there.
what do you mean? What do you mean? That's what I'm saying is that the first time we're like, oh my God, this guy's ripping off Mitch Hedberg. And like I said, I've heard from some of my associates that it turns out that you do.
I've seen a scatter shot of 10 or so episodes of Kill Tony. I've never seen someone speak to Tony like that yet and have Tony on the defensive like this.
Well, you're not hanging out at Mitzi's. You know, it's the private bar that is backstage, and the mothership. You got to be escorted in there with security, but and only comics are allowed in there. So I don't know. Maybe you can catch his ear back there.
I'm a
It
little
seems like he was
skeptical.
asking around specifically, though.
Was this a
But I
bucket
think
pull, or did they ask him back?
so. This was a bucket pull. Supposedly, there's rumors that maybe the bucket is rigged. There's somebody who used to work there that's saying that it may be rigged, but
I would
I
have
don't know.
assumed that.
I'm gonna believe them that just they happen to come across his name in the bucket that's in front of him where he's
I
pulling names
don't
out.
think that's accurate. But
Well, I'm gonna white knight him that his bucket skills seem to be there. Sometimes he lets somebody from the audience pull out a slip of paper. But
Isn't it interesting though that it blows up on the internet and then all of a sudden it's like this?
yep.
I mean,
that was what I was gonna mention.
Yep.
He did mention that it kind of blew up on the internet, so he had people talking to him, and he was talking to people about it. So I don't know, man. It seems like that might have had more of an influence on him than just like one person cornering him. It seems to be popular.
Yep.
But yeah, it certainly seems like an about face. It doesn't seem to be the same thing that they were saying 4 months ago.
It was
Oddly.
literally 4 months, the separation between when this guy was on and then when he was recently on.
Yes.
4 months.
I could look at the exact dates, but on there it says 4 months ago when I looked at the video to pull the first one from.
Yeah,
so,
that's odd.
Yes. Where he hasn't actually been on or anything like that since then. This is the second time, and it was just recently. But apparently what's changed for him is people have told him this is legitimately who this person is.
So his stage presence was
know.
all, oh shucks, let me poke my cheek with my tongue every time I have a breath. But suddenly now, the first thing he says to him is, "What the fuck, Tony?" I'm just not buying that.
Well, I mean, it is like a 180 from where the last interview was. I'm sure he came in there ready to be mocked and was like, wait, you're telling me I'm legit now? I think I would go, thank you. I'm glad you finally realized instead of what the fuck. But, it's a choice. But he's given him an awful lot of credit that this guy just happens to talk this way. I don't think that can be the thing. He happened to have adopted the persona.
So I appreciate you giving me a stand-up comedian that makes me feel the way the documentary Predators has made me feel. I'm of multiple minds right now, and I'm just not comfortable with how I
I've been biting my
feel.
tongue. I wanted to show you this guy for a while. There's another one, but I think you might have been exposed to him. But yeah, this seemed to be the most egregious. The other one, I was totally won over. So there's kind of a yin yang thing about a similar situation. But yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. I don't know what exactly changed for Tony, but it is a 180 situation. So I
1.4
guess
million views changed for Tony.
Yeah, right, right.
Probably.
Exactly what happened.
Right.
Well, I think he was in the middle of kind of explaining it, so let's let him explain.
Do this every night, that you're a good writer. They've seen you do longer sets, and it's just who you are.
Thank you, associates.
This is what I mean.
Ugh.
He's a funny guy. Okay. So Keegan, tell us more about your life. What exactly do you do?
Not sure what just happened
What's a
there.
day in the life of Keegan Carmichael like?
I've just been watching like a lot of Nat Geo. Like I learned a lot about whales.
Bits.
Yeah, what'd you learn?
Always be
Every
selling.
whale was a sperm whale. Then I watched an episode about kangaroos, and I learned a lot about kangaroos.
Huh? What'd you learn about kangaroos?
Like the mama kangaroo kept the baby in her pouch. The daddy kangaroo kept the baby in his sack.
It's a lot easier when Tony is setting you
That
up and
checks
kind of
out.
encouraging you.
What else,
But
Keegan?
then you're
How
not
do you make
bound to the
money,
1 minute.
Keegan? That's what the world really wants to know.
I deliver food on a bike.
Ah.
That's why I see you. I see you all the time riding your bike. All the time.
You do?
Yeah. 5 times since he's been on the show.
Wow, you just see him like out on the streets riding his bike. Do you have like a basket on your bike? How do you do it?
No, that cost $100, and that's fucking crazy. I hold it. That'll make more sense later. Anyways, you'll see what I mean. No, but it's cool. I delivered to Coach Sarkeesian this week.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, the head coach of the Texas Longhorns. What did he order?
Mary's Cafe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he get?
You have like a client confidentiality agreement?
Like a doctor confidential.
He
Oh, god damn it! I just asked the same questions, Red Man. I hate that.
Did you watch this when we recorded it? Because
you need someone.
I totally forgot. I was just wondering. Like, it seems wrong to tell somebody what I ordered. You can't do that.
I can't stand looking at this dude. I hate it.
You should play quarterback.
Why? Why would he invite you to play quarterback?
They got a lot of NIL money, Tony. There's enough to go around.
Do you know how to throw a football?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
What kind of dumbass question? Yeah.
It's a very good question. You don't seem that mobile. You kind of sway a lot.
Yeah, it's called pocket presence.
Oh my goodness gracious! You know about this. I never would have guessed this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But on a serious note, that really did happen, and I will go to USC. So
that's a different school.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he took me seriously.
Huh. All right. Okay, Keegan. What else? Keegan, what else is going on in life? Anything else interesting?
I have a cast iron pan.
We know about this. I think we talked about this last time. How's it been going with the cast iron pan?
I don't know. I just wanted to mention, last time I was on, I said I was a father to a pan, and everyone was like, missed the opportunity to name him Peter. No. My pan's name is Glenn Fry, because he performs when the heat is on.
Keegan, you are two of a kind. Here's a big joke book, buddy. I like your
Fuck
style.
off.
Keep signing up.
So it went from little,
He has a little
tiny joke book
athletic
to big.
prowess. He does know about pocket presence, and he did catch that joke book with great ease with his left hand. Underhand left-handed catch, one of the hardest ways to catch.
Well, he
a
definitely
joke
has
book.
pocket presence.
A little fun
Has all
fact
of
for you.
Hedberg's jokes in his pocket.
So, I mean, Troy points out every whale was a sperm whale is the same type of setup as every picture of you is, a younger version of you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He there's a style to his like I said, a blueprint to writing his stuff. Like I said, you can, like I said, if we made it like our New Year's resolution was by December 30th, 2026, to have a 30-minute Mitch Hedberg set, we can do it.
Yeah.
It's just, is there honor in that? Like, what is there to achieve in that? Because I feel a bunch of different ways about it where, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have done counseling with people for punch-up purposes, or I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like, if you know how to write the joke and just kind of figure out where to put things, can't anyone technically do that? Like, I guess half the battle for someone like him is sounding like him and having his, like, whatever, which he does. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it as easy as I'm assuming?
I mean, yes and no. Like, yes, because like we've all experienced random little funny things in life that you could put together. He might have, his way of saying it, the experiences that he had. Just like,
well, that pocket presence thing, like that's hilarious. Where he's now, maybe it is like a comeback that he has holstered, but like, why are you moving around so much? But man, like that's funny, and that's not necessarily Hedberg to me. The dude can be funny
because he
but
set up the football thing, like, you know,
yeah.
like, so obviously, like, it's something there, but also I just don't find that that's too blatant for me. That's like way too on the nose.
So
and then every question that he was asked, why couldn't he talk like he did in the interview? It's because he's sticking to his bit. That's the problem. Like, you could have easily
wouldn't
just
you want
answered the
to
questions. You could have.
True, but if you're going method, you
but
got to
if there's
always be
under-
selling. So that's another chance to get in 3 more of your jokes and prove you are literally this guy. You convinced me of that, man.
But if there's also, yes, I've seen people like that 100%. But then it contrasted, right? Where he had the interview with that girl where he wasn't like that. He did not do that. He talked like a normal human being.
So
as normal as he is. So like whenever you have those type of things out there, right, that easily accessible, you found it. It was easy for you to find that, right? So then you blatantly do that where you're even like closing your eyes and looking away from the person who's talking. Like you're that's all he's doing. That's it.
So I'm presenting something. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I posted this earlier today. I swear to God, I had no idea what was happening today. This is what I posted on Instagram today, and basically, it is a Hedberg bit. This train is from Matlock. Why is this train for a dead TV character? Like, it's just capitalizing on funny ways that things are worded and said. Like, the joke is that it's actually, you know, the way the British type things or the way that it's presented, it's like this train is going to. So the way that it's worded here is this train is for Matlock. Like, oh, why are you giving a train to Matlock, the fictional? Go on.
But you're not taking off the glasses. You're not putting on a wig. You're not wearing your best kind of approximation of some 90s grunge clothes. When you're doing that joke, you're just tweeting it. Like the joke is funny. You're just not doing the impression with it.
Okay, so there's an interesting conversation happening in the chat, okay, between Jacob, Cornthos, and Troy. Jacob brings up the point of Carlos Mencia, right? Stealing jokes. And Troy is talking about, you know, doing the same thing. And Jacob says something very interesting, I think. Says it's a different way of doing the same thing. It's thievery and as bad as what Mencia did.
I don't disagree.
So what do you feel? Because it's not straight taking the actual jokes. It is taking his, as Dane Cook, you know, accused dude of, he stole his essence. He stole it. And tried to make it his own, but couldn't even do that because he's telling the jokes in the same cadence, the same everything, the same literal everything.
Oh, yeah. So, like I said, the picture that I took literally today, I never leave the house, and I took a fucking Mitch Hedberg joke today. The odds. Kind of like I was suggesting, it's something that a Mitch Hedberg fan would enjoy, but the fact that, you know, you can make that a Mitch Hedberg joke. You know, I didn't decide to talk like that and do his cadence, and like there's something to that. Like, why are you, you know, having that style is one thing, but having the delivery on top of it is, you've got to lean into it, and there has to be some sort of acknowledgement. Like, yeah,
yeah. Well, especially when there's interviews out there of you not being like that.
Yeah,
I completely agree with all of that. Sorry about that. My dogs were barking and they would not stop.
And Jaden says it exactly the thing I brought up. Jaden said,
burrito.
Yeah, burrito. Yeah, right? I 100% agree with you. But then what Justin, I hope his name is Gray because that would be based. But I'm guessing it's Gary. Or Gray. I do not know how to pronounce that, but I'm going to go with Gray because that would be bass. But yeah, half of New York comedians are just doing a Dave and Tell impression. Yes, and it wasn't localized to just there. Like almost everybody that I saw at open mics in like the early 2000s to maybe 2010s, they were all doing Attell impressions too. Based. Sorry for mispronouncing it. I should have recognized one of my own. Oh yeah, Justin Gray. It's just weird. Like there's so many people that do that, but I'm not faulting them as, you're just ripping it off. It's just, man, is it easy to write a joke kind of in that voice. And it's so easy to hear that distinct voice. Same thing with like the Brian Regan thing that Bill Burr pointed out. If you're thinking of like one of those clean jokes, like, man, going to that Brian Regan voice, it's just so easy.
Right. And there's doing that, but then there's this, what we just watched.
For sure.
Where it's like he took a fucking coloring book and just fucking colored in the lines and cut it out, and here it is. That was
for sure.
awful.
I'm turned off by the fact that Kill Tony has kind of leaned into it and have changed their tune about it. Like I've had a lot of feelings about stand-up in the last month since we've been doing this. And I don't know, this stuff like this makes me really not want to get involved because I kind of feel gross that one episode they're like, you're just outright ripping this guy off, and then after 4 months, like, well, we talked to people and they say you sound like this. Now you're going to be a part of this banter back and forth, and now here's a big joke book, which I don't feel good about it. I don't. Yeah, I don't like it.
I hear what you're saying.
Does this make you feel better about Gringo Poppy?
I mean, he's better than Gringo Poppy. I would watch a special of him over Schaub any day, but there's just something, I don't know. Tony mentioned it, like blasphemous. It just feels so wrong. Like it's unspoken.
Did you watch the clip that I sent you guys of me saying fuck this 23 years ago in the same style and mirrored thing as Gringo Poppy? I didn't
see that. I need to see this thing.
I sent it in the Discord. I don't know if you're able to share it and play it with audio, but I don't know. So it's not exactly theft. There is it's kind of similar to this topic because if you have the visual aids for it, we both have a similar stage delivery with a certain line. And it was fascinating because...
Are you saying he ripped off your essence? He stole your essence, Charles?
I don't know if that's what I'm saying, but there's a lot of similarity to it. Like if I were a bigger deal and that set were something that I fleshed out a bit, especially considering like...
I don't see it in here.
Fuck. Wait, I can get it. Are you able to click on a YouTube link and have the audio play?
I should be able to.
I think it's a thing.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm giving you crap, but I'm just wondering, like, is that the same thing as stealing the essence? If
so wait, if we're able to watch it, I'm completely open to you saying, Charles, you're fucking crazy. Like I'm not that married to the idea, but I think it's like 40 seconds, and if we're able to play it, you can tell me you're onto something, or you're crazy, or stop stealing from Gringo Poppy, or like.
But you would be stealing from the future. He's stealing your essence. You have a timestamp.
It's a tiny thing. It's not the material per se. It is just a specific movement with a specific delivery of fuck this.
Okay, let me see. I just
Persona
had
theft.
Share system audio. Give me a second.
Oh boy. Oh no.
All right, here we go.
Christ.
See if you can hear it. Let me know whenever it starts.
Yeah.
We can.
I was actually I was at a supermarket yesterday when the power went out, and me too. We had to buy spoiled milk. And everybody leaves the supermarket. We're all like, what's going on? And there's a line of women inside Mandy's. They don't care if the powers are. They got to buy their clothes. There's people not buy groceries, but there's women waiting to buy clothes. People are like, no, fuck the milk. I gotta go. But I need these shoes. Fuck this.
That makes sense. Fat people are like, hell yeah, fuck this.
What?
Fat people are like, hell yeah, fuck this.
Wow. I would think that that's parallel thought on it. What are the odds that he would have heard that bit and been like, what I need out of that? It's not the power going out. It's just that fuck this.
I'm not, right. I'm not making any sort of claim. So before you run away with it, it's just the stepping to your side while saying fuck this. Like, it's mirrored.
I will say it's very.
Yeah, Jaden had the perfect comment, and I was kicking myself for not saying that first. But you're right.
I'm not crazy. Is all
no,
I'm
no.
asking.
You guys are doing the exact same thing and almost the exact same motion as well. But I don't know, man. If he was dressed up exactly like you and like doing those exact movements, I don't know. It'd be creepy. I'd be feeling a different way about it. But
yeah. So like, I don't know. Like, there's variance there. Like, at no point, and I don't know if I would want to come out right and say, how dare he steal that thing from me? For a number of reasons, but there are, like you said, parallel thinking. There are like conveniences, there's overlap, but like when you're doing a fucking cover band thing, like that's just not a stand-up thing. Like, you need to differentiate.
Right.
Where I've seen people do their take on some kind of classic characters, and man, I thought that was really interesting. But this seems the most egregious because it's like he's just trying to be the guy, but not admit that he's doing a Hedberg impression, which is
well, that's the
strange.
thing. Him not admitting it. It's a little bit different. Like, go to Vegas, you see an Elvis impersonator. Music is a little bit different, but like I was talking about, like the comedy troupes or trios that you would see back way back when, and guys do it now. Like, Who's on First? Like the whole that thing. You'll see that done in a show or like a live show in Vegas or something like that. That's, I think, a little bit different because it's so old. Not someone who died 20 years ago and they're just stealing the whole gimmick.
So how do you feel about stand-up like in music? If you were going to see like Metallica, you wouldn't have Boyz II Men open for them, so you want some sort of similarity. So what if this guy suddenly became Stephen Wright's opening act? Is that too on the nose?
Well, I think the issue is, though, like if the guy's still saying that he's not doing what he's clearly doing, that's the thing. Like, I think people have this feeling, at least I do, like whenever I'm watching something and it's so on the nose and it is, everybody knows it except that person, and they're just not willing to admit it. Like, I don't know if people are going to be more accepting, as opposed to if he just said it and then went from there. Now,
to be fair to him, he could be doing a character and not acknowledging it is his like Tony Clifton thing. But at some point, someone needs to be
Tony
winked
Clifton
at.
wasn't a real person. Like, that's the thing, though, right? That was a made up character. It wasn't like I go up there and say I put on the Mickey Mouse gloves and I start doing your act.
Right? Sure.
Welcome back, Cody.
But I'm just
what
saying,
up, Cody?
like, well,
Thanks for stopping by.
I'm bringing it for something that's relevant to us here, right? Like, if I did that, that would be shitty of me. Taking something that worked, like you did that, you got gigs, you went all around.
Yeah.
And if I started doing that and doing your bits, you'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, because I'm not a thing. Like it goes back to the ATM joke with me and Jay Moore. People knew who Jay Moore was. They didn't know who I was. So it was just like, I can't win this battle. But that's why Rogan is a champion for things like this, because it was Ari Shaffir that he ended up sticking up for, right? With Carlos Mencia. It was Ari Shaffir's
he was definitely one of
Ari.
them. Bobby Lee was also,
Bobby
I
Lee.
think, his opener that he kept doing that too.
And I think,
but he was known at the time. I think the actual example that Cody brought up might be a more apropos one. But so it's Dennis Leary supposedly stole an entire bit, an entire like. Is it a whole special? I know it's essentially like the "I'm an Asshole" song, but wasn't it more than just a bit that went into that song?
he stole the asshole. Supposedly stole the asshole song. He
But
stole,
from Bill Hicks. Sorry, I didn't say the other half.
Oh
of that.
no, is the asshole song from Bill Hicks? I thought that was somebody
I
else.
don't think that's true. I don't think Bill Hicks did an asshole song. I think other material.
So I know
was-
he's had a couple of different accusations. I know there was the one from Bill Hicks, and then there was the whole "I'm an asshole" thing. But anyway, we should look into that one in like a future thing, like actual stealing. But with that, it's kind of, he didn't necessarily take it from somebody that's super popular and famous at the time, but then it was able to elevate him. Where I don't know, I guess that's not as apropos since Hedberg was a legend, but just
even in the instance,
so
of-
wrong. I don't know.
Even if we're going on Leary, he did something different. Even if if you want to say that he's stealing, fine, but he did something different to it. He added some sort of special sauce that made it him. Like you can't imagine Louis C.K. doing the asshole song exactly the way Dennis Leary did. What do you got there,
He
Lash?
definitely changed
No.
it when it was Louis C.K. the asshole song. So the stuff that Leary on the No Cure for Cancer, which came out a year before Hicks died, because I just looked that up. From what I remember,
Oh, my bad.
From what I remember was the Keith Richards bit, and then there was something else. There was another bit that he did. I can't remember, but the Keith Richards stuff, I know that about like how like he's basically how is that guy still alive, and with all the drugs, because I know I've heard Hicks do that. I know I have, and that was way early.
Yeah,
Go
kind
ahead.
of like Cody's saying. People always say that he ripped off Hicks, but I never seem to go beyond the smoking and drinking persona to me. That's what Cody's saying. That's kind of my vague recollection of it. Nobody could give me like a specific bit. It was just kind of the feeling again, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that specifically. Maybe we should.
Something else.
Good Men Dying Young, the freaking Jim Fix bit with the instructors.
When he was jogging, that's when.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got Yul Brenner smoking and fucking every day.
I think there are some behind the scenes deals that happen that sometimes, when both parties reach a certain popularity stage, something gets worked out behind the scenes, whether one person gets offered money or they work something out personally. That's kind of why sometimes you don't hear accusations of theft to people like Robin Williams, even though it's basically known that he kind of lifted, but he made things right with people. It's hard to go on about it with Bill Hicks dead. And I again, if he did his material, he did add something to it. I never thought of Dennis Leary and Bill Hicks's stage presence as the same. A lot of people do jokes on a lot of people.
I don't know. I'd have to look back.
There's a lot of jokes about airport security, and it's like, okay,
for sure,
who wrote it?
Sure,
like, there's plenty of stuff that there's plenty of overlap on. And I mean, if you're a female comic, can you just joke about not sex? Is that possible to joke about anything but being a woman and dealing with men? Because it feels like every woman wrote that joke.
Like I have no, like, I think Leary does a lot of good stuff. Like his acting, I think there's a lot of good stuff that he did,
Right.
But I think where people talk about, Hicks was doing stuff before a lot of guys that was very, very ahead of its time.
Yep.
You know, it was very ahead
Yep.
of its time. Because, like I said, you don't even have to know like certain presidents, and you can equate that to like any political figure and still get what he's talking about because it still happens.
Yeah.
You know,
Something
and
gets
especially cigarettes too. Like people smoke cigarettes, so they're gonna have that joke if you're not smoking and then you see cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like they look like they were hand rolled by Jesus and sealed with the pussy juice of Claudia Schiffer.
people sleep on Leary. His Lock and Load special was 2 years after Hicks died, and he had a thing about coffee flavors. It wasn't very Hicks-ish at all, and it was distinctly Leary. And I mean, it's kind of ahead of its time by today's standards because, you know, all coffee has different flavors. You know, I was at a Starbucks the other day, asked for coffee, and the guy says, "What flavor?" He said, "Coffee, flavored coffee." And he goes into this bit about it, and it's strong. It's strong material. And I haven't heard stuff like that being accused of stolen. Again, Hicks was dead, and I never heard Hicks joking about coffee, flavored coffee, or anything like that. Solving world wars by painting a blimp as a tit. Yeah, I would suggest people to watch the Lock and Load special because there's a constant comparison to No Cure for Cancer. But watch Lock and Load. That came out after Hicks had died.
Yeah,
and it's
got
very
good
strong.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Leary
right.
had there's I think people get, especially with those two, like, and they feel so strongly because they have such strong fan bases on both sides. You know, so they're always there where I can appreciate both. Like obviously Hicks is my dude, but I appreciate, like you said, it's a good special. Like it's good stuff.
Very
there's
strong.
Really, there's really strong stuff, and he's got great delivery.
Mm-hmm.
He also has very good delivery, and he's very animated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's
Cocaine,
also like
another cocaine
you
enthusiast.
can't take, you know, two
so good.
guys that were very facially animated and then go, see, they're the same. You know,
Yeah.
like that's. I look at more the material. Like
Yeah.
if there's material there, like then okay, you can make that argument.
Yeah.
But like,
Leary,
But there's a lot to the persona. Like Leary
There
is a
is.
certain brand of asshole that just it's not like a lot of the other angry comedians. Like he is an asshole, but it's his own, and he's really capitalized on that. He kind of plays a similar character in a lot of things, and I think he kind of perfected it, but he kind of brought that to the stage a little bit differently.
There's the thing that he does about his kid putting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the VCR that in no instance would you expect Bill Hicks to have that material where he's talking about children putting a sandwich. I don't mean for this to sound this way, but Hicks is too good to do that material. It feels a little bit lower. Like Hicks was a bit heady with some of his stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Leary joking about his, why don't you do a commercial? You're off the artistic roll call forever.
I
Yeah.
just think of the fucking, you got Madonna hawking Diet Cokes.
But yeah,
You were saying? Go ahead.
I don't think there's similarities, sure, but I think Leary, as far as stand-up, at the very least, developed his own personality, and as an actor, became something completely different.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree.
But
Because
yeah,
there's a lot of
does
stuff he
one
does that I
thing-
enjoy a lot.
Well, does one thing forever brand you? Like if we saw this guy, I can't remember his first name, but Carmichael.
Keegan
Keegan Carmichael, thank you. I forgot Keegan. How could I forget Keegan? But yeah, if we saw him like a decade from now, would you still be thinking this is that Mitch Hedberg impersonator, or would you take him on
It
as a new
depends.
thing?
Like if he was doing different stuff, I'd be like, oh man, this guy used to do this, but now he's this. There, I think there's a little bit of a difference. The Keegan Carmichael guy, as the only, in contrast to the two we were talking about, is nowhere near famous as those two were at the time.
For sure, definitely not the same.
But
people
that's a
kind
good
of view
question,
Leary
though.
as that thing, as opposed to
still, right.
Lock and Load,
Right.
or
Right.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, because I do like Locked and Loaded.
So if
That's the rough question. That's hard.
if he stole asshole from Louis C.K. and he stole No Cure for Cancer from Bill Hicks, what did he steal Lock and Load from? Because it seems like he's done 3 different things well and different enough from the original source material. So he's a performer. At the very least, you have to give Leary credit for being a good performer. This guy that we're talking about today is a Mitch Hedberg cover band doing Mitch Hedberg style shit.
What if he's trying out for the Mitch Hedberg biopic? Like, this is his calling card.
I mean,
like, it's got millions of views online.
Sure.
I mean, was that a thing 2 years ago?
I do not know. It seems to be doing it for a while.
Okay.
I don't know. He's been doing it for a while, so I'm not sure if he got into it just because of that. But Pauly Shore is trying to do the Richard Simmons biopic thing, and he got his shot to make it because he started doing it. So I don't know. Maybe it is a play that none of us understand yet.
Man,
and where Cody is defending there. He said, "What did he steal the job and rescue me from?" We're not saying that he stole anything in his TV and movies. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's I like Dennis Leary on
right.
I love the ref.
The ref is just
I love that stuff. So I mean,
classic.
I'm not one of those. I'm personally not one of the Hicks fans that like just shits on Leary. I'm just not. I'm just not one of those guys.
I think at multiple points of this stream, we've all had some sort of variation of fandom where we've kind of had some gatekeeping aspects, and chat has certainly been doing it too, where it's just like, oh, how dare you? And I don't know how much of it is warranted. I think we have some sort of super strong allegiance to people because it feels like, especially on the internet, fandom has to have some sort of whose side are you on thing. But like you said, there's people that think, Leary stole from Hicks, but I don't know. Knowing what I know about how people settle things with comedy, I without hearing Hicks say that about him, I don't know anything about that. And I think they're different enough, even if it was a case like that.
I don't think there's any defending this, though, man. This Keegan thing just seems like it's just on the nose.
At the moment,
the only defense that I can think is like maybe he's trying out for this role that doesn't exist yet. But I don't know. I think he'd be a contender for the biopic.
Which is, I guess I'm more inclined to be supportive of that. And then I get to grade the movie, which this guy is. I mean, if you're going to
it, man.
we have music biopics every fucking 3 months. If you did a Mitch Hedberg biopic, and this guy is it. Oh, okay.
But think of it. He'd be the Daniel Day-Lewis of comedy drama biopic. Like, he lived as Hedberg for upwards of 3 years.
Yeah,
just
and it's
to
not
play
like
this role that didn't exist.
Jim Carrey doing Andy Kaufman, and it's funny. Did you ever hear Jerry Lawler talk about that?
Yeah. Jerry Lawler was turned off by it.
Yeah, he was like, I was very good friends with Andy Kaufman, and he said the way that Jim Carrey treated me on set, he was like, what a prick.
That's gross.
Right? Like,
yeah, they made a documentary about it. It was like really kind of weird.
Dude, when he was talking to Andy Kaufman's what was that? Dude, that was Hollywood bullshit in a nutshell. If there's anything that describes insanity Hollywood stuff, is fucking some girl's dead dad talking to him through Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
The thought of a Hedberg biopic is vomit inducing. Why?
I mean, you would get this, but in feature length. I don't know.
If we're not getting a Lane Staley biopic, I'll take a Mitch Hedberg one instead. Talk about
Lane Staley one would be interesting. Who would they get to play like his last year? Because that guy looked. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Was that?
There's something to be said. I mean, it's it's cliche to have a big star musician or whatever celebrity resort to heroin, but there's something of a blueprint for it. Why can't they
fun,
capitalize on that?
They were a fun band.
Love them.
See, we all do it. You remember when? Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess we're just leaving the question out there. I don't know. Any final thoughts? I kind of feel like we covered it.
So this is as recent as 2 weeks ago then, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's back and still at it. It sounds like it's now 2+ years of doing this. So, yeah, man, he's a thing in Austin. You can catch him. He's got a podcast and Instagram stories and stuff. If you want to keep up with him,
I think this one's hard because like if we do go into like joke thievery and stuff like that, it would be a different show. But this was just, I mean, this is beyond any. Okay, this is beyond anything I've ever seen with someone being so socially unaware.
It seems egregious.
Or on purpose. So either one, you're just completely clueless, right? Or you're just a liar. There's no other options at this point. You know what I mean? Like there just isn't. So
yeah. Yeah, Jaden says Kill Tony is becoming American Idol. I would like to see very old Kill Tony because I've had suspicions about it feeling a little processed.
Yes, we are, Rosales. We're talking about the son of Mitch Hedberg, unfortunately. He is a lost, perhaps love child of Hedberg, but man, does he have the persona and cadence down.
Yeah.
It's
it just feels egregious, man. But you're not, sorry, Jaden's previous one about it becoming American Idol, he's not wrong. They have parlayed a couple of their people into America's Got Talent. I think they're still working on getting them to sing, but every once in a while they do a musical thing.
And I will say this, like, I didn't know it was more than 10 years old, but I've known about it for about a decade. And I will give it credit for, there are a lot of comedians that have come out of there, that have spun out and are doing their own thing. Like we talked about, comedy is so much different now that there's the internet, you're not working the same way as like, kind of like how me and Charles kind of feel about comedy, how they used to, you worked this way, then you got here, then you got here, then you got your Letterman or you got your Leno, then you got your pilot, and then it's just a completely different world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and no, like just learning this stuff from Gray, it's very, so I have to like pivot my opinion on how it's done,
right,
and how they come up, because it is like everything he's told me. Every time I watch something, I'm like, this is different, and it is different. And like seeing YouTube specials that are produced just as well, not Gringo Poppy, but seeing YouTube specials produced just as well as like any 90s or 80s special that I would see is very interesting. And
technology's advanced though, like it's
100%, but still on a free platform where they can market themselves as opposed to getting behind a single promotion.
What are you talking about? They keep getting canceled. They can't find work, even though they can post a complete special on YouTube, and
I'm just
they
saying,
can't
there's
make
some
money.
really good YouTube specials.
That whole thing is gone by the wayside, in my opinion. The people that keep harping on that are the people that are gonna still be harping on stuff 5 more years down the road when it's not even a thing. They
While
just
selling out arenas.
Selling out arenas. Yeah, exactly. So
I know it seemed like some of the comedians that you support might be on that list or something like that, as we established from the beginning of the show.
Probably because you gave me a shit list.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You pigeonholed me with all the people that I don't like.
It was your choice, sir. Everybody got choices, as the great E40 once said.
I was bamboozled.
But to what Laps was talking about, I like, I don't know, I'm an old school or a purist. I think the idea of having a viral 40-second bit of stage time is bullshit. Like, oh yeah, you've got this 40-second bit that's got 2 million views on TikTok or whatever. Like, that's not. Yeah, I could probably finesse one of my better jokes and really try at connecting to the algorithm, but that's it was always about having a tight 10. Not a fucking viral 40.
But
I don't
you
know.
don't
I
even
feel
need the
old.
viral 40. This
Mhm.
guy, I mean, how many millions of views do we see on that one that you were looking at in the shorts? But man, there's so many different ones for different people's channels, as well as his response. All of those went viral. So
Yeah.
you only need a minute. And apparently you do a good enough impression, people will talk about it. But
Guess so. We're gonna
need that interview
take
to go your way.
my minute, my produced minute. We're gonna turn me into a sensation.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be
Well,
awful.
hell yeah.
It's gonna be awful. It's gonna be so bad.
When are you doing it? Because we can do Kill Sipo. I'll interview you afterwards.
We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk
Okay.
off here.
We
might
could
do something like that. That would be fun.
we could do an outright ripoff of Kill Tony, and the guest will be a jar of mustard, and I'll
yeah.
bring joke books to throw at you.
Yeah, we'll do something fun. It'll be fun.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest though.
Oh, I hope you are. Because it's not gonna be good.
So there might be a part 2 to this, that this took a very negative turn in this way, where there's another guy who the chat might be referring to him at some point, but don't do research into him. I think we have another thing like this that we could do that I think went a bit more positively. But yeah, we'll see. We don't have to do it next week. We'll talk backstage. But
I like being
there is kind of
surprised.
a part 2 to this thing.
Oh, it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, same with this guy. Same show.
Cody says, I've recently been canceled for Shelby Oaks. Please deposit super chat for PS5 fund. How many PS5s do you need? Motherfucker's got one on each floor.
Wait, you need sustenance while PS5ing. It's an and plus you got to power the thing. And then, games, they won't fall out of a
Thank you,
tree.
Cody. You don't make
come
me
on.
feel bad for having 3 of them.
You have 3? What the fuck?
Ah,
I have them on every floor of the house.
You have 3 floors?
that makes
Jesus.
sense.
Well, if you count my basement.
Oh,
4 floors.
so Cody clarifies they took 2 of them when I was canceled. All right, well, fair enough.
Oh, that makes sense.
He needs them back. Get this man his money.
This is part of the reading words and not hearing tone.
One is built into the PC I have. So
Built in? What? That's
yeah,
insane.
it has a PS5 and an Xbox Series X built into it.
Oh, like a ROM emulator or whatever?
No, it's a straight. I can put this in. It's an Origin PC.
What?
Yeah. And
That's
on the back,
insane.
the coolest part is like I could take the Switch and the Switch 2 on the back of the PC. It's got a OLED holder. So like it goes bloop and then it appears on the screen. It's really cool.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope PC.
I'll say.
Got an Xbox controller. Yeah, that's about it.
My Atari 2600 still plays cartridges.
Dude, my Nintendo still
Nice.
works.
My Pitball.
I had to rewire the controllers, but Nintendo,
Wow.
Super Nintendo, they still work.
Oh, nice.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
I
hell
play
yeah.
a lot of regular Nintendo. Dude, those are comedic in their own way. Like I'm trying to, there's games that I haven't beat or I've beaten one time and I've gone back after years of playing, like Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. Like I can do Ninja Gaiden 1, I can do Ninja Gaiden 2, but 3 befuddles me only because it has, you only get 5 continues. And I can't do it like the other ones. So I can pass the first 4 stages without like getting killed at all. But then as soon as I get to that 4th stage, it's like,
That's ghosts and goblins for me, or ghouls and ghosts, whatever the fuck. I cannot get past like a certain level. Like,
Oh, but it's so
and
fun
the
to
worst
try
part
and
is
just keep
you have to
dying.
beat it twice to get the actual ending, Ghost and Goblins.
Yeah, but you
man.
no frustration like that game. Man.
Oh, Justin, have fun, bud. It is almost impossible. He says he's still trying to beat Return of the Jedi for the SNES. dude.
Oh.
Those games, like A New Hope,
So fun,
Empire
though.
Strikes Back, they're great, but my God, are they freaking hard? Are they so hard?
I guess Troy's comment just before that Troy knows it was set up beforehand, but he's claiming 8% of this stream for his comment about someone pretending to be Mitch Hedberg on the last stream. I swear it was in the works before this, but I'm going to go parallel thinking on this. Great minds think alike. And when I saw this, I was like, Charles needs to know about this blasphemy because, oh my God.
Dude, like,
But there's another one in the works.
I don't leave the house, and I was on a train today, and I literally took a Mitch Hedberg picture. Like, I swear to you, for those of you who are watching, I did not know what was happening tonight as far as the episode's concerned. I couldn't have planned that to happen that way. I'm sorry,
and,
Laps, you look ready.
and I also mentioned that Matlock could have won
Right,
the case
right.
beforehand. That's hilarious.
Like, see, that's a thing where if I watch this stream, I would say, okay, so that was planned. The way Laps brought up Matlock, they're talking about, like, it's just a happy accident. I know.
I could tell you why I brought up Matlock.
I'm intrigued.
I bought my mother the complete
the box set. Right.
for Christmas, and she's been watching that, so I've been watching as much as I can with her.
Matlock is a town name in the UK.
Okay.
So can I ask you, the Kathy Bates thing, is that just doing a Matlock impression?
I haven't watched it yet. I just honestly, I have not seen it yet.
But yeah, it's just funny how there are times where happy accidents work out like that. But
And I'll tell you why I'm buying all of those things. Go ahead, Charles. Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
no, I just so this is why I'm trying my best, because we've all had some sort of moment of, defending, the legend of people that we love so much. So I'm trying my best to leave an opening for there to be some sort of miscommunication here. It doesn't seem like it, but we do get really defensive of people, especially if they're not around anymore.
That's true. That is true.
But I don't like how I feel about what Kill Tony did in this.
I don't either. I don't like how they were like against him, and then it blew up, and they were like, here, we'll even set him up some jokes.
Yeah, you're big enough. You don't need that.
Yeah, so I'm buying my mother all of I'm trying to find out what shows she likes, because she doesn't watch anything new, right? So I'm trying to buy all the box sets so I can get her to get rid of cable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Because here's the thing.
You can do this.
Well, it's what she likes, but you know who pays for the cable?
You do.
I do. So I'm hoping that I can find all the old shows, and I've got about 6 of them. I bought about 6 box sets so far. I think it was the old Perry Masons, the black and white ones, which was hilarious when my dad, like when he was still alive, we need to get a new television, this one. So I bought a 4K TV, all the stuff, and the first thing he turns on is fucking black and white John Wayne from like 19.
Yeah, but you can see it so clearly.
Rabbit ears.
I don't know.
And I got, what did I get? Magnum PI with Tom Selleck.
The Stag.
Murder, She Wrote. The
Mike Bork.
Matlock.
Cheers.
I did buy Cheers. Cheers is one of my favorite shows ever.
Cagney and Lacey.
No.
Hill Street Blues.
Trying to think. What was the other one? One of them might have been the Rockford Files.
I have 21 Jump Street. I have that.
Might have been that. I can't remember. There was another one. There were 6 of them so far. So
the A-Team, Knight Rider.
Yeah. My brother loves the A-Team. He loves that show.
I like the movie. I'm preventing myself from rewatching the old shit because old television is old television. People think that television from the 80s will feel like television from the 2010s. That is not accurate.
Oh no, it doesn't. There's still some that like the story holds up.
Yeah.
But the way it's filmed and the way it looks, you can even on like Blu-ray, or if it's been done. The only things that don't is like the old movies, since they still have the actual film and it's transferred over to 4K and Blu-ray, it still feels like an old movie, but it feels
Looks
like
fantastic.
it looks
Yeah.
fantastic, especially black and white. Looks great, dude. Like I got the Universal Monster Box collection in Blu-ray. Man, does that look great. It looks fantastic, man. Love it.
So we've talked about music, games,
and hey, we didn't mention the Golden Girls, though. As long as we're talking about all of this, hell yeah. Shout out to Adam in the chat. Golden Girls are the shit. But yeah, I guess what we haven't talked about is what we'll be doing the rest of the week. Any of you guys, Charles, what's going on your channel for the rest of the week?
A bunch of year-end stuff, mostly based on films and stuff.
Mostly.
Yeah, we'll see. Going to squeeze in a couple more movies before the end of the year. Like, I don't know. Like, you guys wouldn't know if I watched a bunch of movies on the 2nd and said it was part of my calendar year. Like, I can cheat. I'll just lie to you people.
It's not cheating.
All right, I appreciate that. But yeah, just squeezing in a couple of things for the year-end stuff. I don't know. Maybe for the sake of this show, I'll rank the stand-up specials I've seen this year, but none of them have been new. So,
you saw some. You saw Sarah Squirms. That was brand spanking new. You saw it the weekend it came out.
So the one brand new thing I saw is both the best and worst thing I've seen in this year.
Relax. It's okay, Charles.
Man.
It'll be just fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Lapsed?
Well, Lapsed, what you got going on, sir?
I am last panel on Friday. We'll be just doing our best and worst of the year. Like no real set, it's like not, it's just what you think in whatever category you bring to the table, whether you talk about movies or whatever. And hopefully people have seen things because, I haven't, I really don't do much, but I did see some movies this year that were not superhero movies. So I got those. And, yeah, we'll just talk just a big, best and worst of the 2025.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got going the rest of the week. And then Monday, me and Warren, Lunchbox Warren will be reviewing DC KO #2, which has been a lot of fun, which has been actually a lot of fun. So we've been reviewing comics on Monday.
I had a poll in my chat asking if doing someone's cadence is considered stealing. And out of 20 votes, 65% said yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
can't argue with the chat and the polls.
Numbers
I
are
don't want
numbers.
to argue with the chat. That is what they said, and they have decided. So let's not steal anyone's personas for this show anyway. Maybe the next one. But yeah, if you can't get enough of this and you want more year-end review stuff, you can also stop by the Thinkers on Thursday night. So it's an international panel, except for this time, one of our international guests isn't going to be joining. The lovely That Darn Kidda is not joining us this week. So it's only on the Thinkers doing a Think channel, which I have a thing for that.
You could have me substitute, and I could talk like this, and I could say things,
Perfect. But yeah, it's YouTube at Thinkers Doing a Think. Come on over on Thursday. We're going to be going through kind of an international panel's choices on their favorite entertainment of the year, but also why cinema seems to be kind of dying, as suggested by the lovely and talented Charles here beside me. So he better be there because it's his idea that's getting through on this. But yeah, come and join us on perhaps a light think this week. And then come back. Oh, yes, sir.
And we're doing a dry run on a future show business episode is essentially what it is.
Yeah,
I love that you were described as the lovely and talented.
Indeed.
You can't get any better than that.
Oh, I could.
But if you want to get even more of that, come back to this very channel, this very place. It is, at YouTube at The Last Panel 1, where you could see our choices, the regular panel. Maybe or maybe not Charles will be there, but it's again, our favorite things of the year so far. So, yeah, come and stop by and see that. But yeah, if nothing else, next Tuesday, I'm sure we'll all have our favorite comedy specials of the year. Comedy.
And to those of you who are on Willis Radio, to those of you who are interacting with the chat and everything, I appreciate it. Thank you. Let me know how you would feel about a channel exclusive green room where you'd either be before the episode proper starts or after the episode proper ends. That is sort of exclusive for you guys, but you have to tell me in the comments section, not in the chat, if you would be interested in that. So, and click like and subscribe and all that other stuff.
Oh, well, he's
sorry for stepping on that. Of course, do that. But yeah, also tell us where we're wrong about everything that we did in there, because I'm sure we're wrong about something. So let us know in the comments.
Hit the button, Laps. Jesus Christ.
I did.
It's a time for laughter. We have the guys to fill a buster, even though one of them is a jar of mustard. Thank God it's Tuesday. We take a look at comedians, and Charles used to be one. We have a lot to say about Can you believe gray is a jar of mustard? And then there's Lapsed. What does he do? And why is here? Thank God it's Tuesday!